Mm-hmm.
Fellas, what's up today? How we doing?
Good, Joe. Good.
I'm blessed, man. Read that first super chat, man. We blessed.
Super chat right from the top. Him named Slickback. You've been hand selected. He said, "Whoa." Ramona Shelbourne just reported that Dame had interest in going to the Warriors before CP3
Mm-hmm.
got there. This dude's a fraud.
Interesting.
Very.
Mm-hmm. Was that that before the whole draft thing happened? Because if we're being honest, right? If we're being honest about Dame, there was no move on draft night. There was no move in free agency that was going to make Portland an instant contender. We knew that from the door. Not only that, Scoot was at the top of Portland's list. So there was no reason to believe that they weren't going young. And when have we seen a team with an aging star draft a player at his position and not eventually move on from that star? So we knew that the writing was on the wall with this dude, right? The problem that we having is the fact that who he asked to go to. That was the biggest problem. If he would have just came out and said, I want to be traded, I don't think that this would have been a problem, because Portland would have traded him. Don't get me wrong. I think they would have done what was best for them, but they would have traded him to a contender. But the fact that he comes out and says, I only want to play for the Miami Heat, that's where it gets tricky.
But okay. There's two things. One, why are we killing? Now we're gonna kill. I hate this. We're gonna kill Dame because he wants to go to a good team. I don't understand that. But that being said, he's not the only one. He's not the first one. We've seen many guys do this, and we've seen people say, I want to go to certain teams and get traded to others. Do we forget in 2007, Kevin Garnett said he wanted out of Minnesota because they're never going to win, and he wanted to go, I forget what team he wanted to go to.
It wasn't the Celtics.
But it was not the Celtics. It was not the Celtics.
Mm-mm.
And then they ended up working out a deal, and because he had a no trade clause, so he had more leverage, but they ended up getting him to accept a deal to Boston. That's not where he wanted to go. So
but he Florent, but here's where you're wrong. He never talked down on everybody else and criticized everybody else for their way of how they was doing things. This is what Dame has done. He criticized KD for going over to the Warriors. Him and CJ McCollum, you can go look this up. They're on record talking down on KD and trashing them for going over there to the Warriors. And then he had to clean that up when it came back to him. He switched up what he was trying to say, because, you know what I'm saying, he didn't want to act like he was criticizing his NBA brother in public. The problem with Dame is this, bro. I think Chilltown was right a couple episodes ago, and I was arguing with Chill. He was like, yo, this dude double talking ticket. And I was like, nah, he ain't double talking. He's saying the same thing. He's like, nah, this dude, it sounds like he's double talking to me. And I think Chill was right when he said that. I think it is, double talk. But I think the dude just afraid of the backlash he was going to get from one out. He always preached loyalty. And he always said that the organization treated him great. He loved his situation. He's even on record a few weeks ago saying the reason why he signed that contract was because he wanted the money, the security for his family and stuff. So it wasn't about, we killed all the other guys who did that for winning, like Carmelo. But for some reason with Dame, it's not a problem. And now a reputable reporter in ESPN's Ramona Shelbourne has come out saying she knows for a fact Dame was trying to get traded to the Warriors before CP3 moved over there. That explains his meeting with Draymond Green. Maybe it wasn't Draymond coming to Portland. Maybe it was him trying to get to the Warriors in a Jordan Poole deal, or in a deal with Poole and Wiggins that would have put him with the Warriors with Steph, Clay, Dre, and then put him at the point instead of CP3. But my whole thing is this, bro. You can't point your finger and talk down on everybody else and then do something different. KG never did that. None of those other dudes we talking about, even Kevin Durant, he never did that. He never came out trashing somebody else for forming a super team. Then he did it. He never did that. You know what I'm saying? So I understand.
He did that tweet. He said, "What happened to everyone teaming up? What happened to?"
That's right. My bad. That's right. He did. My bad. He did. I take that back. But this is the worst thing that Dame is. This is the worst thing that Dame did. You handcuffed your team. They was talking about this on TV today. When his agent just came out and made a statement that if he gets moved anywhere else, he ain't gonna be happy. And I told you yesterday, it was reported by the Blazers beat writer. It was a Blazers beat writer reported that Dame would refuse to show up for any other team. Now, we killed Kyrie Irving when they said that might happen with Kyrie or KD. We killed them last summer for this.
But
Why
hold on, but time
Dame
out. Can they pause there for a second? Because do you believe that he wouldn't show up for another team?
No, I don't.
I know that this is. I know that this is different. Let me make my point. Because I know this is different. But if you remember, Kobe Bryant. I know it was draft and it's different, but just hear me out. Kobe Bryant had his agent tell Calipari, if the Nets draft him, he'll go play in Europe. And so the Nets were like, hey, forget that. We're not going to do that. They draft Gary Kittles. And then Charlotte obviously makes the draft day of Kobe and sends him to the Lakers where he wants to go. But when Kobe was asked years later, he was like, no, we just said that because we wanted to go to the Lakers.
He would have been in Jersey.
But he said, but if Jersey drafted me, I'm playing in Jersey. So I'm just asking the question, could it be possible that Dame is saying, or through his people saying, if someone else trades for me, I'm not going to report. But if it actually happens, he's got 45 million reasons to go to that team, right?
Ticket, you know this. Ticket, you know this being around for as long as you've been around. You know for a fact that these guys will say that they're disgruntled. We saw Chris Webber when he got traded to Sacramento, how upset he was about that. He damn sure did stay in Sacramento for 6 years, did he not? They should be retiring his jersey. We saw what happened with Bob McAdoo when he got moved to the Lakers, how of a malcontent that he was. He damn sure did put on a Lakers jersey, didn't he? So Damian Lillard talking about the idea that he might not show up. Damian Lillard is bringing his ass to camp if he gets traded to the Milwaukee Bucks. He's bringing his ass to camp.
I think his love of basketball and $45 million will get him through the nights.
But here's the thing. Here's all I'm saying. What he's done is he's put Portland in a bad situation to negotiate a deal. Because if you're Portland, you don't want to leave. Like, you picked Chauncey Billups to be there. So, yeah, you might want to get to Miami, but you want to get the best deal done by him doing what he's doing. They talked about this today on TV. They're right. You handcuffed the Portland Trailblazers now because what he's done is you basically tried to disarm other teams and what other teams will be willing to give for you in a deal to try to say, okay, now you're forcing them to take whatever Miami's going to give you. And I think if it comes to a stare down, guess what? I think that the Portland Trailblazers may look at what happened with KD last year in the Nets when KD demanded that trade, and they may say, you know what? We don't have a trade we like. We're not moving you. And then what does he do?
You know, it's funny.
Does he show back up for it? Does he show back up to Portland?
I think he does show back up to Portland, but I think if I'm a GM, and I always think of it from that perspective, I use this as leverage for me because I'm reaching out to other teams saying, hey, this is what we're getting from Miami. If you want Dame, right, we got to look good. You got to give us an offer that like blows out. I don't want to say that. Blows out Miami's offer, and that's why we make that trade, and we'll make him happy. We'll make him come to you. Like, you need to over offer us. Like, and then we can say, hey, you know what? We had no choice. They made us such a great offer. It was better than the Miami deal. And he'll be happy. Again, I'm telling you, he might not be happy day one. He might not say he wants to go there.
So like
if Milwaukee, I don't know. You said Milwaukee, so I'm just going to use Milwaukee. But if Milwaukee, I think they just re-signed Chris Middleton. But I don't think they should do this. But if they offer, I don't know, Drew Holiday and Brook Lopez and 4 first-round picks, and it's better than the Miami deal, I'm just throwing out stuff. And they're like, we can't turn that down.
No, I'm not. Listen,
trust me, Dame will go and play. Dame will be like, I'm going to play with Giannis. I didn't want to go there, but I'm going to play with Giannis.
I'm not arguing. You ain't got no arguing with me from you for that. My whole point is this. Y'all ain't got no smoke for this dude for wanting to go team up with a dude that's been kicking his ass his whole career, Stephen Clay and them.
Now, that right there, I thought that was one of the things that he's happy that it didn't happen, to be honest with you. Even though it's been reported, I think he's happy that it didn't happen. The reason why I feel like that, Ticket, is because exactly what you've been talking about this whole time. What has he been an advocate of?
Oh, he's been an advocate of
loyalty and doing it yourself.
So for him to now jump on the crew that's been kicking his ass this entire most of his playoff losses have been to the Golden State Warriors, and then to go jump on that crew after everything you said about them, he would become everything he hated. everything.
And
He would be the
Ramona's not a liar, bro.
New information.
Ramona's Fluent. Ramona's not a liar. She's a very reputable reporter for ESPN.
Yeah.
She don't put out no crap.
Sure. Yeah.
And she went on the Golden State Warriors radio and said that Dame Lillard wanted to be traded to the Golden State Warriors right before the CP3 trade happened. And remember, him and Draymond met, and we thought it was because he was trying to get Dre to Portland. That meeting was probably about him going to the Warriors, because I doubted Draymond wanted to leave and go to Portland. So I'm thinking that deal would have been involved with Poole and probably Wiggins in that deal for Dame Dollar.
Well, Ticket, what's a better situation, Ticket? Draymond coming to Portland or Dame Lillard going to Golden State?
Well, he's from the Bay Area, but this is my problem. You can't see this is the thing. Everybody was criticizing us, saying, "Oh, well, he goes to Miami. It's not a super team." Well, his mindset was set on going to the Warriors before CP3 got moved over there. So my whole thing is that, like, what is everybody's energy going to be? Because when Kyrie Irving tried to force a trade and say, "Trade me here, I want to go here," he got crucified. When KD tried to force a trade and say, "Trade me here," we were all here last summer. You remember, Ron? We were destroying KD when he wanted to get traded from Brooklyn. We were destroying KD when he got traded to the Golden State Warriors. They destroyed LeBron James when he left in free agency after he played his contract and went and played for the Miami Heat. You see what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. You're saying the masses, because I didn't. The only one I criticized was KD going to the Warriors because they just beat them after being up 3-1. That's the only one. The other ones I never criticized. I don't care. You want to go work for a better company, work with better, have a better team. Good for you. Like I don't. That's what you should be doing.
Okay, Tone, and I ain't got a problem with that. However, it's the way you do things, right? So we talking about Dame. We talking about Damian Lillard. If he axed out, right? If he just axed out, and it wouldn't have been an issue. I don't think it would have been an issue if he would have said, "Yo, I want out." And we've seen disgruntled employees. We saw James Harden show up with the fat suit on. Did we not see that? And it basically wrecked his reputation, right? Because you see where he at now, Ticket.
Yeah, that wasn't a fat suit, bro. He was fat, bro.
Like. Yeah, hey, Ticket, come on, man.
Yeah, that was not a fat suit. Harden was fat, bro. That was not a fat suit, bro.
That dude looked like he was about 245, close to 250.
You see how he was moving, though, dog? That was not a fat suit, bro.
He looked like he showed up in a fat suit.
There is nothing wrong with being 245, 250. You watch it.
You know what? Ain't nothing. You know what? There's a reason why there's nothing wrong with that, Tone. When you 6'10" and you play the 4 in the NBA, ain't nothing wrong with being 245 and 6'10", 245 pounds. But when you a league guard, you should not be no 245 pounds. But I'm getting off the point. The point that I'm making is that James Harden looked disgruntled, quote unquote, and it screwed up his reputation, because now he's in Brooklyn, which is where he didn't want to go in the first place, but he ended up there, got himself hurt. Then on top of that, he moves to Philadelphia, got himself in better shape, but now he's got that reputation. Dame doesn't want that reputation, and what is happening with him now is he's becoming everything that he hates. Instead of just going, "Yo, B, I want out. I know that Portland's going to do the right thing in terms of trading me to a contender. I don't have to ask. I don't have to make this public. Listen, I think it's best, and it could be an amicable split, as opposed to I'm only going to play for Miami, and I'm not going to play for nobody else," who was just in the finals. Now it looks bad because Dame put himself in a bad situation. If he would have just asked out, none of this would have been.
Is he going to get fined?
Let's be honest. There's stuff that happened behind the scenes that we don't know about yet that we'll probably find out later. For example, Dame said he didn't want to get traded, and then Portland basically, we had this conversation. He needs to demand a trade. Did he have a conversation with the upper management in the Trailblazers organization, and they were like, "Look, we're not trading you unless you do this," and they forced his hand, and they had maybe a disagreement about the direction of the team. Hey, we're going young. This is what we're doing. And he said, "Fine, if that's what you want me to do." Like, he got angry, which he had every right to do. Again, I don't know the conversation, but this is what we're doing. And if you don't demand a trade, then you're going to be stuck here with these young kids rebuilding. And so he got angry and came out and said, "Well, in that case, I want to be traded. I want to go to Miami since you're forcing my hand." Like, we don't know. I guarantee you we're going to find out something more in the weeks and months to come, that there was something that happened that forced him. Because I really don't think initially he wanted to leave. I think he wanted to build a champion there, and there was something that triggered this? Because
No,
it didn't come out of the blue. It did come out of the blue. We were talking about it.
But I got a Mars.
Trade, right?
I got a question for y'all though, Mars. I got a question for all y'all. Is the NBA rule now, like, is he getting fined? Is him and James Harden getting fined like 150 racks? Or is that rule just bull jab? Because what is that rule? Is it like you can't come out in the media and publicly demand a trade? You can't demand a trade from your team in general? What is that rule? Because Adam Silver put that rule in place to prevent this, and don't nobody care.
I think the rule, from what I know, I haven't read everything. I think you're not allowed to just purposely sit out games. I think you get like what Ben Simmons did in Philly. I don't think that's allowed. I think you can ask out, but I think if you just purposely miss games when there's nothing wrong with you to try and force your way out, I think that's where they start finding you like a larger percentage or something.
That's why
if Dame does that, I think that's what's the problem is.
That's why Ben Simmons was able to recoup some of that money, because he played the mental illness card, as opposed to I'm just not playing for somebody. Well, wait a minute, Ticket. We got a contract. There's nothing wrong with you. Bring your ass to work. And if you can't physically come to work or mentally come to work, I'm not paying you, because we have a contract.
The man went to practice with a cell phone in his pocket.
He was practicing with us. Now he ain't go to practice with a ticket. Take it a step further than that. He was on the floor in his pocket. We doing drills and he got the phone in his pocket. That's what we doing.
Hey, Jay, I know you like getting three teams involved when you do trades.
No, I actually don't. I just think that's what it is in this particular situation.
Just so you know, there's a conversation. Can't give you too many details, but there's a conversation of that third team being Toronto, and Pascal Siakam being moved to Portland, and stuff coming back, and everything else coming back to Toronto for Dame and Dame.
Why would they do that when they just signed Jeremy Grant to a deal?
I have
no idea. No idea.
Pascal played a 4 though. Jeremy played a 3. I like that. They want to play together. That gives you defense and score. I actually like that, along with the guards they have.
Pascal actually played the 5 a little bit last year for the Raptors too when they went small. So maybe you never know.
I mean, if Draymond could play the 5, Pascal could play the 5.
Yeah.
There was really no deal on draft night. Again, and I got to reiterate this: there was no deal on draft night that was going to make the Portland Trailblazers an immediate contender. I'm asking you, dudes, if the Trailblazers call up Minnesota and say, we got the number 3 pick, hand over Cat and a number 1, I think Minnesota would have done that. However, what happens to Minnesota? What happens to Portland? I think they're a semifinals team at best. I think they're a semi. I think
it doesn't move. It doesn't move. You're right. It doesn't move the needle enough.
Right. Enough. So with that being said, Scoop was at the top of their list. With Scoop being at the top of their list, they were going young, and because they were going young, that meant Dame was the odd man out. All Dame had to do was just ask out. You guys are moving forward. You want to go young. I don't want to be a part of this. I've been here for 11 years, and that would have been it. Now it just looks bad, and now we're in the slander Dame summer, which he kind of brought this on himself. He kind of brought this on himself, but that's what we're in now. We went from KD to now Dame.
They put the screen on Bob. I like some of the pieces Sacramento got over there. They can free up some of those guys they got up over there and let the young boys play a little bit.
Like Keegan Murray, for example. Hand him over.
Yeah, I do like some of y'all young pieces, Bob, over there. But, I thought the worst move that we didn't talk about.
They're showcasing them in Summer League.
Hand him over, Bob.
I thought the worst move that we didn't talk about was the Celtics getting rid of
Grant Williams.
Marcus Smart. Well, Marcus Smart. I just think that Marcus Smart, I think that his intangibles push that team. You know what I'm saying? And now I think you take him out of the locker room, man. I think that's a real problem for Boston, bro. We never really touched on that. Like Porzingis, everybody hyped Porzingis up. He never really was proven. He never did anything in the playoffs. Whenever the playoffs came around, he either got hurt or he folded under the pressure. And now all of a sudden, they're saying he the savior, take the Boston Celtics over the top. I don't see that, especially. But
well, two things.
I was just going to say, Marcus Smart. I feel to a lesser extent got the Jimmy Butler in Minnesota treatment, and let me explain. So they make it to the finals, they lose. The next year, they don't make it to the finals. So they have to make a change. They're like, hey, we're not good enough to win. We have to do something. And they did something drastic. Now, is Marcus Smart, we look at him as, hey, he's that vocal guy, the defensive, perimeter defender, etc. Like, maybe, we don't know, maybe Brown and Tatum just didn't like Marcus Smart probably getting on there, what's so often. And they're like, well, maybe he's the odd man out, right? Like Jimmy Butler alienated Cat and Wiggins. And even though he was right, Jimmy Butler was the odd man out. So maybe it's just, they needed to do something different. And instead of getting rid of Jalen Brown, which we all had varying opinions on whether that would be good or bad to break them up, maybe they thought, hey, these are the two most talented guys we can have. Let's keep them and try something different. Now, it might work. It might fail. But I think that's where Marcus Smart ended up. He just ended up being that guy that he's the sacrificial lamb kind of.
Well, here's the problem with that Here's the problem with that logic, though, Tone. The problem with that logic is that he wasn't on the table. If Malcolm Brogdon isn't hurt, Marcus Smart is still on the Celtics.
No.
The only reason why Marcus Smart isn't on the Celtics is because Malcolm Brogdon got hurt, because he would have been gone. The fact that Marcus Smart, who is the adult on the crew, right? He's the adult on the crew, and he's the one who keeps these dudes level-headed. He's the one who keeps these dudes competitive, as opposed to now what's going on in Memphis, which I think is a really good thing. I think it's a really good thing that now him being in Memphis, a lot of people think that, they taking the locker room away from Ja. No, my man, what they trying to do is they trying to save you. That's what that's why they brought Derrick Rose in. That's why they brought Marcus Smart in, because they're trying to get a return on their investment. Because if they don't, your ass going to be out the league in 2 years. So they're trying to get a return on their investment. Now, losing Marcus Smart, you could replace Marcus Smart with another vet. Don't get me wrong, but you're not going to be able to replace the intangibles that he brings. I'm one to pick up the telephone and call up Minnesota and ask for Mike Conley, because I think that's a vet who could supplement what you're missing from Marcus Smart.
I wonder, your point. I forgot about that Brogdon's injury stopped the actual initial trade, but we don't know this. Could Marcus Smart have been on the table for another trade, and they getting rid of both?
No, I don't think so, Tom.
Marcus Smart said they told him that they weren't he wasn't on no trade tables to trade him right before that, and then they just went desperate and trade. But my whole thing to you guys was, and Bob, maybe you touched on this too, that like my problem was they're picking these guys to be the championship favorites now. Like just because they got Porzingis, right? No. I'm saying, hold on. But I'm saying, what has Porzingis done that we're gonna take Smart and some of those guys, Grant Williams and those guys from over there, put Porzingis over there, and now all of a sudden say, oh, well, they the championship favorites. What has Porzingis done, especially in the playoffs? Like, what has he done for us to think that, you know what I'm saying, he is that piece that gets them over the hump?
I think they had to make some type of move either way, because they just keep getting so close. It's time to shake something up over there. I actually had this argument with my brother yesterday about Porzingis. I think it's unfair to assess it that way though, Tiki, because Porzingis has never had this opportunity. Like when he's not a bus driver. You know what I'm saying? Like I compared it to him getting put in a semi truck without his CDL. You know what I'm saying? Now he finally got some licensed bus drivers that he can jump on the bus with. Porzingis isn't the number one option on the championship team. But I think he is more a third option. So to say like, what has he done so far? Like, he hasn't done anything as far as winning in the playoffs, but that's because he's not that guy. He's not the guy that's going to carry his team to the championship. No, but I'm not saying, but Tatum and Jalen Brown, they are more bus drivers. So now now you're going to see what he can do in a position that he's fit for. But I
think they also wanted, right?
A squad is unfair, because that's just not where his abilities are.
He had Luka. Bob, respectfully, he had Luka Doncic and he folded in those playoffs.
No, I'm glad you brought
I beg to differ. I don't think that's, and once again that's a second option. Like I said, Kristaps is a third option type guy on a championship team. He can be a second option, and that's where he's going to get folded in the playoffs. If he's the third option like he is now, where that's his skill set. So we asking him to be we're asking him to be Kyrie Irving Anthony Davis, and
Hold on,
he's
what I think they did too was Boston looked at where their weakness was, and they said, hey, we don't have someone down low who we can get points from. And although it was Brogdon initially in the trade, but they were like, okay, if we have to give up Marcus Smart, do we have enough? Right? Can Jaylen Brown and Tatum be enough of the vocal leaders to lead this team? Can Derek White be that perimeter defender to kind of take the spot a little bit of Marcus Smart? And we get what we need, which is some low post scoring. And I think they weighed that out and said, hey, what we lose with Marcus Smart's leadership and defense, maybe we have the pieces to pick that up a little bit. But what we really need is that kind of low post score that they can dump it into when their threes aren't hitting. And let's bring him in as that what is he, the third, fourth option on that team now?
So no, Fluent. No. You're not gonna do that. Fluent. He is not Fluent. He's not a post guy. He's a dude that want to shoot J's, shoot fadeaways, and shoot threes. And then not only that, let's talk about the drop off. How are you guys expecting more from him in a third role with two guys who like being on the ball? When he was in the second role with Luka, his average went from 20 and almost 10 in the regular season to 13 and 5 in the playoffs. Yeah, I mean,
I'm glad you brought that up. Keep going, Ticket. I'm glad you brought that up. Keep going.
That's what you being a second option. Your average fell from 20 to 13, and then from like 9 to 5, and your minutes is there. So I'm just saying, as a second option, you at least supposed to be getting more attempts. So now
you know Rick Carlisle put him in the corner though.
This is my question to you, Bob. This is my question to you, and Fluent. What makes y'all think now, as a third option, that Porzingis is going to be even more effective when he got more opportunities as a second option? Like, and then let me give you one quick example. If Dame goes to Miami, I think that hurts Bam's offense because I think that now Bam is going to see less touches. So he's going to be like in the Chris Bosh.
Game up a little more.
I'm saying he's going to be like in a Chris Bosh role. Where, he's going to play defense, rebound, block some shots, but his offense is going to take a dip, and people going to blame him for that. But really, when you think about it, when you that third guy, your shots ain't coming on the norm. Same thing happened with Kevin Love. Same thing happened with Russ in L.A. Same thing happened with all the other third options. When you the third guy, your attempts go down. So my whole question to you and Fluent is, how is y'all banking on Porzingis' productivity going up when he becomes a lower option? When he was a second option and he got to the playoffs and he went from averaging 20 and 10 to 13 and 5 in the playoffs in 7 games.
I'll answer for that for you, Ticket, quickly, and then I'll let you, Jay, because mine's quick. I don't think it's going to work. I'm just telling you this is what Boston was thinking. I don't think it's going to work. Sir,
no, Bob said it would. Bob said it would.
I think it would. I was just letting Fluent and Chill answer. I definitely think it would. I'll answer after that.
Well, two things, Ticket. Number one, when he tore his knee up with the Knicks, he was on his way to being a 20 and 10 guy. He gets to Dallas. There's no role that's really established for him, which would explain why his play was up and down. Luka is not that easy to play with. Luka is actually difficult to play with in a lot of people's minds. So then he moves on to Washington, and you talk about him being a jump shooter. Well, Ticket, just so you know, he finished 4th this year in the league in points per game on the box. So he goes to the box and he scores in the post. So now that's exactly what Boston is needing. So when teams play zone against them, that guy that was in the middle, Al Horford, or Jason Tatum that was in the middle of the zone, now that's Porzingis. That box scoring that you didn't have when you had Robert Williams on the floor, when you had Al Horford on the floor. Nope. Now I get to go to Porzingis. The hole isn't Porzingis. The hole is now at the lead guard spot because I'm not totally comfortable with Jason Tatum being my primary playmaker. He's a scorer. He can make plays, but I'm not totally comfortable with him being my primary playmaker, and I'm not totally comfortable not having a vet guard in the locker room. Porzingis, on the other hand, he's going to help them out mightily because he does rebound. He does rim protect. He does man in the paint. He does all of these things. The problem ain't Porzingis. The problem is at the other guard spot and making up for losing Grant Williams.
No, I do think the problem is I don't trust Porzingis. I don't know why you do. I don't.
The reason why I trust Porzingis is, like I just said, when before he tore his knee up, he was 20 and 8 in New York. and he was getting better. He gets to Dallas, that 20-8 goes somewhere completely different. They're involving him in the offense, then they're not involving him in the offense. They got him in the corner, then they got him on the. They don't know what they're doing with him exactly, which would explain what happened. Which would explain what happened when he got to the playoffs. Even though Ticket, if he doesn't get hurt against the Clippers, they probably beat them. Because he wasn't playing bad. He was actually playing really good. Then he gets to Washington. So now you're in Washington with a guy like Bradley Beal, who's a shot chucker, right? Bradley Beal shoots the basketball a lot. So now he goes out of the lineup, and now they involve Porzingis the way that they should involve him, on the block, in the mid-post, in the mid-range. And he was really effective there. But they just weren't very good because, to Bob's point, he isn't a bus driver. He is definitely a bus rider. So as the number 3 option on that crew with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, I think he's going to be really effective. The problem that we have is at the lead guard and some more dirty work guys.
Right. On top of that, it's hard. It's hard to play with Luka, bro. Like Luka's, he's a dribbling machine.
Have a problem playing with him. Jalen Brunson
had the ball.
That's the difference. Jalen Brunson bringing the ball up. If you're a big like Jay, what's his name? When I'm talking about Luka, he dribbled the ball for 17, 19 seconds out the shot clock. And then, so what am I supposed to do with that? Everything I do got to be a catch and shoot dealing with Luka.
Yo, Mars, I would like to hear how you think Porzingis will fit with the Celtics, and if you think they'll be a success or ultimately a failure.
Define success.
Championship.
Championship.
We're talking championship or bust with the Celtics.
That's why he's going to Boston. He ain't going to
Boston. Then they'll probably fail. And Ron, this is why Mars is my tag team champion of the world. Go ahead, have this group, Mars.
Then I think they'll probably fail. I don't think this is the move that's going to get you a championship. Do I think they're contenders? Sure. Do I think with Joe Mazzulla, Porzingis is going to be playing in the post? Probably not, because Joe Mazzulla is showing me that he's just someone who wants to just have guys 5 out. Space the floor.
They need to let me get that coaching job, Morris.
Yes, I mean,
but don't forget Sam Cassell. Don't forget Sam Cassell will be the coach in 10 games.
Well, if that's the case, I'm not going to foreshadow coaching changes, because if that's the case, I should have foreshadowed Coach Bud getting fired, and that would have changed my opinion on the Bucks. So as of now, Joe Mazzulla is the coach. Do I think he's going to put Porzingis in the post? No. So I don't think they're really going to use Porzingis to his best advantage. He's just going to be out there as a floor spacer, similar to how he was used next to Luka Doncic. He's just going to be there to catch and shoot. Now, do I think it's entirely his fault for what happened in Dallas? No. Well, 2020 he got hurt, so I mean, kind of. But 2021, I don't think that's entirely his fault. I think it was a bad fit. Luka isn't a great guy to play with, in my opinion.
That was still Rick Carlisle over there, right?
Yeah, Rick Carlisle was still coaching. And Rick Carlisle made it very clear that he didn't want to have Porzingis post-ups. He made that abundantly clear that the post-up was just not a play that he was going to run for Porzingis. And Porzingis has got better in the post since then anyway in Washington. So I just don't think he's going to be used to his best advantage in Boston. So I don't think this is the move that's going to get them over the hump. And I agree with what Cho said about a playmaker. Jason Tatum has like enough scoring gravity to draw defenses and create advantages for people. But his ability to capitalize on that with his passing ability just isn't good enough to really justify being your primary playmaker. And we all know about Jaylen Brown and how fraudulent he is. And then you're relying on guys like Malcolm Brogdon, who is still score first. He's not really a playmaker. So I do think they need to try and address that. I don't know what's really available, like other than like a Ricky Rubio, who really hasn't looked the same since he got hurt. So I don't know if they want to take a flyer on him, but that type of guard is probably what they're looking for. But I don't think they're going to win a championship as of right now. Like, I think things can change during the offseason, but I don't think as of today they're the favorites or anything.
Hey, chill. Somebody got to bring back
right quick, everybody. Are the Celtics better today than they were yesterday? Or
hell no.
After the trade than
No.
I don't think that they better. I think they feel the need. I think they feel the need, but I don't think they better.
I think they move laterally. I think they move laterally. I think they strengthened one weakness, but weakened what used to be a strength, kind of a strength.
Right.
So
Derek White can fill Marcus Smart's shoes, though. Like, I don't think losing Marcus Smart was that big of a deal. Like, no disrespect to Marcus Smart.
Are you crazy?
I think Marcus Smart
that's my guy. Like, let me finish my thoughts, y'all.
I'm listening.
I love Marcus Smart just like the next man, probably more than all y'all up here.
Mhm.
But I think Marcus Smart was like the plateau. It's like, it's okay. It's time. Like, Marcus Smart. Is Marcus Smart better than Derek White? And if so, how much? And what exactly is it that he does better than Derek White anyway? Derek White can fill Marcus Smart's shoes, and then Kristaps Porzingis is an upgrade from last year's version of Al Horford and Grant Williams. Mm-hmm. So if you look at it that way, for me, they got much better. Not even like a little better. They got like a lot better. This team is the championship favorite right now.
Can I ask you a question? Hold on. Can I ask you a question, Bob? How do you just I need more clarity here. How do you believe a team losing probably their best perimeter defender and vocal leader in a league that is so perimeter oriented got better by adding a big that can't guard the perimeter?
Well, because I believe that Derek White and Malcolm Brogdon are just as good. They're more than capable of filling those spots for Marcus Smart. I think they're both very, very good defenders, especially Derek White. I think and they both shoot better than Marcus Smart, if you ask me too. All those shots that Marcus Smart, there was a lot of ill-advised threes from Marcus Smart for the past
he was making them.
Few seasons.
He was a riser in the playoffs.
It's easy.
Hey, Ron, check the background. He's a riser in the playoffs, Bob. Cut it out.
It's easy to say he was making some. It's just as easy to say he was missing them too.
No. But he was making. Hold on. He was.
He made some. But what about the ones he missed? Derek White can do that.
Hold on. But you asked You asked a question, so I'm gonna give you the facts.
What a question I asked.
In the playoffs. Hold on. In the playoffs, he still put up better numbers than them in the playoffs. His playoff,
right?
You're right.
If they get those opportunities, they can do the same thing.
It's
easy. Like if me and Mr. Mass on the squad, right? And I'm playing 30 minutes a game, and Mr. Mass playing 18 minutes a game. You know what I'm saying? And then I roll my ankle, and I was averaging 12 rebounds. If Mr. Max get the same amount of minutes I was having, why can't he get the 12 rebounds?
No, but I'm saying, let me say this.
Why not? Why can't he just simply just sub in and just
they're not the same. Bob, let me give you one thing. They're not the same type of player. They don't bring the same things to the table. The intangibles that Marcus Smart brings to the table, Derek White does not. Hold on, Derek White does not. Derek White ain't the same type of voice that Marcus Smart is, and this is something.
You mean like in the locker room?
Hold on. I can tell you. Hold on. All that matters. All that matters.
About in the locker room.
Hold on. Let me finish. He ain't the same type of defender that Marcus Smart is. Even though Marcus Smart flops a lot, he ain't the same type of defender that Marcus Smart is.
Derek White
matters. Now, hold on. He's a better decision maker with the ball in his hands than Marcus Smart is. I give you that. But as far as decision making, as far as leadership,
when you say voice, what do you mean? Do you mean like in the locker room?
Hold on one second. I'm gonna give you an example. The last year when they were going to lose to the Miami Heat and they lost that game, they went on the team bus to go back home. I forgot it was a Heat or somebody else. We went on the team bus to go back home, and the way he got into the team, they said that was the reason why they came back together and won the game, because the team was ready to implode, and he pulled all the guys together. They said he went off on all the team, and he's always been that rock that have held them together. Him and Al Horford have been the two guys in the locker room that have been able to hold.
They still got Al Horford, right? And the year they went to the finals against the Warriors, you can ask. I caught that when he made that statement in that press conference. I accredited the rest of the season to Marcus Smart. I said that night, ask Ron. He's right there. Ask Ron. I said as soon as that press conference, I said the Celtics winning the championship. They didn't win the championship, but they got that far. What I want to know, Ticket, is was Marcus Smart giving these guys fish?
But you're not listening. Hold on, you're not listening. Hold on. This is what I want you.
I am listening. I'm saying was he teaching how to fish, or was he just giving them the fish?
No, I'm saying this. Hold on. I'm saying
if he was being a good leader, a good leader is preparing his constituents to the day that he's no longer with them.
Hold on, let me ask you a question.
He's no longer with them. So I want to know, was Marcus Smart just there to feed him, or was he nourishing these young fellas and showing them?
He was giving them a fish, Bob. He was giving them a fish so that he had a job tomorrow.
Let me ask you.
That's what I want to know.
Let me ask you a question, Bob. Here's the problem. The problem is this. The problem is you bringing a guy in like Porzingis, who, first of all, now what he does is he off top eliminates a lot of Al Horford's minutes. He eliminates a lot of what Al Horford was giving in the court.
Al Horford need to sit down a little more.
Hold on. But Al Horford has been a big part of their success since he returned to the Celtics. He's been a big part of it. His ability to get big blocks, his ability to play defense on the perimeter on guys, switch off on guys like KD and these other guys. Kristaps Porzingis can't do that. He cannot do that. He is not. He is a horrible defender. And what you call it? Hold on, let me finish. Hold on, let me finish. And he is not a great post player. He's a weak guy inside the post. He's always been that way. So he's the type of dude, if his shot ain't falling, he normally folds. Now, a guy like Marcus Smart, here's the difference with him. Even though he makes bad decisions in certain moments, even if his shot is not falling, he finds other ways to impact the game. Kristaps Porzingis don't. His rebounding goes down. His shot blocking goes down. Or everything else goes down if he's not scoring the basketball. With a guy like Marcus Smart, if he's not scoring the basketball, he's still taking charges. He's still making big plays. He's still picking the other guard up 94 for the whole court. He's still able. On the team, hold on 1 second. He's still able to cover your back if Tatum or Brown get into foul trouble, because now you can still throw him on the top perimeter player for the other team while those other guys are out of the game. So you need that. Now that you've lost him, you've lost Grant Williams. Now, when you look at that bench, at that wing position, if Brown gets in trouble or Tatum gets in trouble, you in trouble.
No, you're not in trouble.
What's good, Max?
What's up, fellas, man? Hey, man, salute to all you guys, man. I gotta get in on this Marcus Smart thing, bro, because I'm with Ox on this on this one, man. We can spout out, the intangibles. He's a heart and soul of the team, but that's probably one of the most cliche, overused phrases in sports, bro. To me, skills pays the bills, right? And we've seen games where Marcus Smart literally single-handedly have lost games for the Boston Celtics in big moments. Turnovers, not playing high IQ basketball on defense, right? Trying to shoot the gap when you don't have to shoot the gap, right? Not fighting over screens when you need to do that, right? Taking ill-advised shots, you know what I'm saying? Going 1 against 4. Will he knock down a few shots? Of course he will. I mean, he's an NBA player. Will he make a couple good passes? Of course he will. He's an NBA player. Does he take charges? Listen, man, I mean, the whole league take charges. Who cares? You feel me? My thing is this: the bad outweighs the good when it comes to Marcus Smart. And so, Chilltown, for example, you use the adjectives. He makes a team competitive, and I forgot, and you use a different word. You said competitive, and you said something else.
The competitive spirit is still there.
You said what now?
The competitive spirit is still there.
Yeah. What does that even mean, bro? I mean, a lot of guys have competitive spirits, but listen, though.
Cook this dude, chill. He want to get cooked and chill.
No. Hey, chill. We just talking, bro. When you say competitive spirit, okay. I mean, a lot of guys have that, but at the end of the day, the ball needs to be put in the basket, and I need this so-called defensive player of the year to play high-level, high IQ basketball, especially on defense. At times, I don't need Smart to initiate offense and be the first option going 1 versus 4, 1 versus 5, right? Now, listen, versus the Golden State Warriors in the finals, I'm not saying he can guard Steph Curry. I'm not saying that, right? But I would think, right? And Bob, tell me if you agree with me on this one, bro. We all agree that Steph is going to cook Marcus Smart. It is what it is, right? But I respect a player who plays the game the right way and not try to cheat on defense, right? So if he's a defensive player of the year and he's trying to cheat and trying to shoot the gaps, not playing the right style of defense, right? We saw Marcus Smart literally makes him the most lowest IQ plays defensively versus the Warriors. Now, granted, Steph makes you do that. I get all that. But he's talked about as being the defensive player of the year with a high IQ, and he's all this. I didn't see that. I didn't see that? Did y'all see Marcus Smart guard Gabe Vincent or Matt Strus versus Miami? I didn't see that.
Again, I'm with Mass and Bob.
I didn't see that, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Mass, I think Marcus Smart might be a little better on defense than you giving him credit for right now. But with that being said, I mean, with Steph Curry, I've seen the best of him crumble against Steph Curry. So,
but Bob, I respect that. But also too, though, listen, there's old phrase. You know what I'm saying? Good offense beats good defense, right?
Facts.
But I can't respect good offense beating bad defense, right? I would say good things about Marcus Smart if hands in his
Are we sitting here? Hold on.
Chill. Hold on, bro.
I'm sorry. Keep going. I apologize.
And again, this is just my opinion, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I can respect good offense beating good defense because it's the NBA, right? But I don't respect your defense if you're trying to cheat on defense and not play it the right way, and you're being talked about in that way. Marcus Smart, again, had some of the most low IQ plays in basketball in finals history versus the Warriors. Some of the lowest.
So are we saying that Marcus Smart was the reason why they lost the NBA Finals?
No. Well, no.
That's what it sounds like.
The reason.
That's what it sounds like.
Well,
it sounds like we're saying that. That's what it sounds like. We're saying that he was the reason why they lost because this is the lead guard. So when we're talking about a competitive spirit, sometimes we got to bring that competitive spirit out of guys because sometimes their energy might be low, and I got to get in the guy's face. Sometimes their energy might be low, or they might not make a play, and I dive on the floor for a loose ball, and that gets this guy going. I get a big rebound, that gets this guy going. When you're doing stuff like that, that energizes your unit. It's not just by talking. And Marcus Smart does all of these things in addition to him knocking down open shots. Now, the idea of him cheating, the idea of him not shooting the gaps, well, he's more successful at that than he is not. And the reason why I know that, because he was the defensive player of the year, because he's a first team all-league defender more than once, more than twice. So it's more likely that he's going to be successful at that than he's not. Now, if we're going to talk about him in the NBA Finals, making bonehead plays, I can get with that. But they're more than likely to be successful with Marcus Smart than they're not. Because getting there, he was a main reason why they were there. There's a reason why they were the #1 defense in the league. It wasn't just because Robert Williams was back there. It was because Marcus Smart, being arguably the best perimeter defender in the game, got them there. So the idea that Marcus Smart isn't a part of this thing or they gotten better because of Marcus Smart, I completely disagree with that.
Hey, Chilltown. So you just referenced, you know what I'm saying, heart and soul, you know what I'm saying, making guys better, diving the floor, blah, 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 right? Boston just had game 7 at TD Garden, right? And got their ass kicked with low energy, wasn't prepared, right? So this dude that you're coaching, that is this all-worldly leader of men, galvanizing the troops, right?
Yep.
Where was that in game 7 in his building?
Yep. I'm glad you brought that up. So rewind the clock.
Hey, just a question. Listen.
I'm glad you brought that up. It was a question. So what happened in the first 10 seconds of the game?
I think Jason got his ankle.
Completely took the energy out of that whole team. They were prepared to play. This is their best player. Completely took the energy out of everything that they had. They were prepared to kick the Miami Heat's ass that night. 100% that they were. Don't make it sound like they were all ready and they just got their ass kicked and nothing happened. No, it wasn't like that.
Can I rebut that real quick? Because
please.
You mentioned Jason's ankle, but I could have swore a few plays, maybe a quarter after that, Chill, we saw Jason steal the basketball on a fast break, run like up the court speed, didn't show no signs of being injured, right?
That's not true. That's not
hold
true.
Hold on.
That's
chill,
not
hold on,
true.
bro.
That's not. If you're gonna talk about it, my man.
That's what happened.
Be honest. Because if you're talking about him, if you're talking about that open floor steal that he had when he got the layup and they called the timeout and you saw him wincing and limping to the bench, don't make it sound like he was 100%. Because no, he wasn't. Don't do that, my man. If we're gonna talk about it, talk about it.
Well, you just cut me off when I'm trying to talk about it, bro. Respectfully, listen. I agree. He rolled his ankle. I'm not saying he didn't. Is he painful? Yeah. Was it probably a grade 1 or 2 in that time? It probably was. But this is the NBA. This is game 7. You got to lace it up, bro. Go turn those laces up. Go get something done in the back, massage or something, and let's go play some goddamn basketball. It's game 7 in Boston. Chill. I saw Isaiah Thomas drop 25 points on a high ankle sprain. What are we talking about, man? And again,
are we putting Jason Tatum and Isaiah Thomas in the same category?
Bro,
is that what
you
we're
hurt
doing?
my analogy, bro? No. I'm not
Please.
comparing
So clean it up so I can understand exactly what you're talking about.
No.
Because you just brought up Isaiah Thomas spraining his ankle in the NBA Finals.
They lost that game.
By the way,
No. Well, I mean, no. I'm comparing the situation. Hey,
Yeah, Mars.
listen, man. If y'all want Marcus Smart, listen, chill. Are you a Lakers fan?
They did.
If y'all want Marcus Smart on your roster doing dumb shit, then go for it, bro. If you think the Memphis Grizzlies got better with Marcus Smart, go for it, bro. Listen.
What is Porzingis going to do different? What is Porzingis going to bring?
Well, he's a much better shooter now because Al Horford can't shoot no more. So last year in the postseason, we saw Al Horford miss so many open threes. Porzingis is a way better shooter. And
on what? I mean, hold on. But in what situation? In Washington
Porzingis last year, like Chill said, which we agree on, he was 4th or 5th in the league in fucking point paints. So, bro,
but that's no pressure.
And Chill talks about speaking facts, man. Listen, we know Porzingis isn't your prototypical post player, but last year he was 4th in the league in post in
Washington, bro, with no pressure on the worst team in the league. Come on, bro. You would say that. You would use that argument. You would say, doesn't matter. He was on the worst team in the league, wasn't playing for nothing.
Okay, hold on. Take it. If he's playing with Jason and Jalen, with Malcolm Brogdon, the floor's going to be a lot more open for him, right? He's going to get even easier shots down closer to the rim.
But they don't play that way. The coach plays spread, pick, pop, shoot threes.
Well, we don't know yet because they ain't played yet. Maybe, listen, maybe
no. That's the coach's philosophy.
So what?
And let me ask you this question then. So I'm going to keep cooking you. When is Porzingis' game outside of last year on a bad team ever? Because when he played on another competitive team, he got ran out of the post by 6'2" guys and couldn't even post up. So what makes you think all of a sudden now that whatever Porzingis brings is bigger than what Marcus Smart brought to the team? Because at least with Marcus Smart, you did get to the NBA Finals. With Porzingis, now, like I said, you didn't just lose Marcus Smart. You also lost Grant Williams. You've also lost a few other pieces. Malcolm Brogdon is hurt. We don't know if he's going to be the same again, the way they talk about him. So now you're going to tell me, and then you sit up there talking about you think that the dude with the moppy head, what's the point guard in Chilltown? All of a sudden, yeah, he's just going to feel all the intangibles. He didn't do that last year. He didn't do He didn't do that last year.
He's just a better player. He's just a better
player. But he didn't do that last year, though. Hold on. He didn't do that last year.
He will this year. Ticket. He shaved his head.
He's just a better player.
Did he, Tone?
I guess Julius Randle's in for a hell of a year. Then I guess Julius.
Who saved their head, Fluent?
Derek White.
Derek White.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's news.
Hey, but Ticket,
Derek White is a better player than Marcus Smart. That's what we doing now.
I didn't say he was a better player. I think he could do what Marcus. I think he could do what Marcus was doing. Hey, but Ticket, I really want to know how y'all feel about the question I asked earlier though, like about Marcus Smart. You know what I'm saying? Like I really wholeheartedly feel like as a leader, you're setting up your constituents for the day that you're no longer with them. Was Marcus Smart just handing out fish, or was he teaching how to fish?
Hold on, but here's my thing. When I look at those guys. When I look at the guys that's on that team, you need him because I don't think that they have those intangibles. And I think that is the problem. I don't think Jaylen Brown has the lead. Jaylen Brown, to me, can't dig down deep when the shit is going bad for him in the game. He showed y'all that. He gonna turn the ball over. He gonna make bad decisions. He gonna go behind his back, turn the ball over, shoot bad shots. He gonna do all kind of dumb shit.
I've also seen him show up though. I've seen him show up.
No. I'm saying.
They just doomed anyways, with or without Marcus Smart.
Yeah,
Jalen's not that guy. And what is it? Year 6, year 7?
No, but hold on, Ron. Ron, I agree.
Year 6, year 7. Then Ticket.
Ron. He's saying Ron.
Oh, in the town, stop the fight.
I agree. Hold on, I agree with Ron said, but Ron, what Bob is saying is that Porzingis makes him a champion now. He's saying that. Hold on, he's saying that gets him over the hump. Man, Jokic gonna demolish this nigga in the finals if they play Jokic them again. Jokic is gonna take. And you asked Mr. Ass about that. Jokic is gonna take that dude and stomp on his ass. Hey, listen, he gonna whip that boy more ways than one. If they play Jokic in the finals, what the hell is Porzingis gonna be able to do with Jokic?
The Celtics, that's Boston is 6.
It doesn't make them.
Boston is 6.
It doesn't make the Celtics automatic champions, Ox. What it does is it makes Boston more versatile in certain series.
No. But I'm asking you, man. What happens if both scoring? You said if they play Denver, hold on, Bob. Bob, if they play, Bob, I want Master to answer this question. He gonna get his ass nailed on this, and he lucky Low ain't in here because Mars will give you a break. I'm gonna tell you something. If they gotta play Jokic in the finals, what is Porzingis gonna do? Chilltown, I need to answer that question.
That's what Robert Williams is for.
He gonna do the same thing every big man in the league gonna do, bro. Nothing. There's no answer for Joker. So what are you saying? I mean, is it Sky Blue?
No, I'm saying, hold on. I'm saying.
I want to get back. I want to get back to Bob's question. I want to get back to Bob's question about. I want to get back to Bob's question about Marcus Smart setting these dudes up. Well, no, he wasn't setting them up because he didn't think he was getting traded. So he was not setting them up to go anywhere because he didn't think he was going anywhere. He thought he was going to be on the crew. It wasn't like he was leaving crumbs. So when he leaves, these guys are much better. No, he didn't think he was going anywhere.
But Chilltown, we don't think we're gonna die, but we still pay that life.
We all know that we're gonna die. That's a terrible analogy. I know that at some point I'm gonna die.
You know what I mean, though. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we know and Marcus Smart know one day he gotta go. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
like,
but not now because we're in the middle of a championship run. Like we was in the NBA championship last year. This year we was in Game 7 of the NBA and the Eastern Conference Championship.
I'm sure Marcus.
Right. So with that being said, he's thinking that we're gonna come back next year and we're gonna run it back and we're gonna be just as good, if not better. Now that we get Porzingis, even like I said, the reason why the deal fell through is because Malcolm Brogdon was hurt. Now this is the same Malcolm Brogdon that's still on the crew with Derek White, who now he's gonna be a better playmaker. Who, by the way, this is the most games he's played this season. He hasn't played any. This is the most games he's played since his rook season. Okay. So at some point he's gonna break down again. And now what I'm basically asking is I'm asking Derek White to be my best playmaker and ball handler. I'm asking him to do that. In addition to asking him to score, in addition to asking him to defend like Marcus Smart did, and not just defend on the perimeter. I'm asking him to defend in the post. I'm also asking him to defend on the perimeter. I'm asking him to do all of these things that Marcus Smart did, plus us win. And that's
just basketball 101, and also too,
it's not that simple. It's not.
Well, listen, I know that, but and also too, I mean, the things you said, the duties that you just named for Derek White. I mean, can't those be shared with Malcolm Brogdon? I mean, can't they split those roles? Right? I mean, you got Derek White playing half the game, you got Malcolm playing half the game. Anyways, are you comfortable with Marcus Smart with the ball in his hands and winning time?
Yes, I am, because they did go to the NBA championship. Once again, no, I don't cringe. They were in the NBA championship. So yes, I am comfortable. However, now we're talking about a guy in Malcolm Brogdon. We're talking about a guy in Derek White, who were rotation guys, by the way, when they got on the crew. So it's a lot different being a rotation guy than being a starter and having the basketball in your hand when you get in the playoffs, when you are the guy on the top of the board when we're going over the scouting report. It's a lot different than being a rotation player.
So are you worried about who starts, who finishes? Hold on, Chilltown.
What I'm worried about is what I'm worried about is the duties that he's going to have. I'm worried about the duties that he's going to have in Derek White. I'm worried about him having to do that as good as Marcus Smart. That's what I'm worried about, because he hasn't proven that he could do that on a consistent basis. That's what I'm worried about.
Chill. My main thing is, and I don't know how serious his injury is, because Ticket just made it seem like he's going to have lingering issues. But the reason why I'm comfortable with letting Marcus Smart go is solely on Malcolm Brogdon. I love Derek White, and I love everything else that's going on. Love JT, love JB. My whole thing is Malcolm Brogdon. I've seen him be steady enough as a point guard. I've seen him be a good defender. I've seen him play make fairly decently. He can catch and shoot, so he can play off of those guys too.
Make free throws.
He's solid in the pick and roll. My whole thing is Malcolm Brogdon. I'm comfortable with him coming in and running the point guard for us. And if Derek White steps in and he's that backup point guard, or if they start along each other at the 1 and 2, or if it's whatever the combination of guard play it is, however it starts, Malcolm Brogdon is the reason why I'm just comfortable saying, hey.
But he always hurt, Ron. I like him too, but he always hurt, and he's always hurt the biggest moment.
And if that's the case, then
but that is the case, Ron. This season is the first season that he's played the most games since his rookie year. He's been in the league 8 years. Yeah. So he's going to break down.
Got hurt in the playoffs, and he still got hurt when they needed him the most, and they couldn't have on him.
Which means he's going to break down again. This is who he is. I'm not talking about his game. I'm not talking about his game at all. And if he was like that, why didn't he move into the starting role and Marcus Smart be a rotation guy? If he was that.
Because you know what that would have done to the locker room?
Right. What would it have done to the locker room? If I got a guy who's better for our unit, Marcus Smart being the pro that he is, he would have took a back seat. Yes, he would have.
I highly doubt it.
That's what a six minutes for.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Say what you just said again.
I said Monty Ginobili and Jamal Crawford were better than their starting two guards. It's all about fitting and the culture and the Chilltown. Stop, bro. You know what this is, man.
No, I don't, because what you no, I don't know what this is. Your logic is ABC, and it's not that simple.
Better than their two guards.
What are you talking about?
It's not about who's better. Sometimes it's about It's about the unit, like the camaraderie, and then we know that Marcus, Jason, Jalen are like they're three darlings. So why would they team up? Now listen, from a basketball standpoint, we agree. I think Malcolm should start, but like Bob just said, what would that have done to the locker room?
What would that have done to the locker room if it was best for the unit? It wouldn't have done anything to the locker room.
That's not true.
Nothing.
We see that all the time.
That,
y'all,
when have we seen it, Big Ox?
Y'all was just talking about that with D-Lo a few months ago. Talking about we can't bring D-Lo off the bench because he's used to starting. And it'll mess up his. Matter of fact,
that had nothing to do with the locker room. No, that had nothing to do with the locker room. Nothing.
Because that's a locker room issue.
No, it's not. Big Ox.
It is if it messes up his mental. That's either that's a locker room issue, that's on the floor issue, that's a bench issue, but it's an organizational issue some way somehow. And I feel like that's the same. That's the same. If we can say that for D-Lo, we can say that for Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart believes he's the heart and soul of that team, and he was, as far as I'm concerned. So if he like y'all bringing Malcolm Brogdon here to start over me, he feel like I just took us to the finals. What about how good I did when I was switched on to KD in that first round? Now he like all of it. So y'all bringing this boy from Indiana to come start over me. I don't think that goes over well. It should be good. It should be like, yo, this is better for us. But these guys, like y'all said about D-Lo, about D-Lo, I think it got to apply for Marcus too.
I think it was already established that Marcus Smart was going to be the lead guard before the season started. I think that was already established. I don't think that was an issue. But when you're talking about Malcolm Brogdon, you're talking about a guy who stays hurt. You're talking about a guy who's always beat up. Like I just said, this season was the first time he had played as many games as he played since his rookie season. As good as he is, he's gonna break down, and at some point, that's gonna leave all the onus on Derek White. Now, what you're telling me is that Derek White, you take Marcus Smart off the floor, and you put Derek White. If you put Derek White in that role, they don't miss a beat. And the fact that they now have added Porzingis to that unit, they are actually better. I'm really interested to see this.
Yeah,
really,
that's my take right there, Chilton. Exactly my take right there. The Boston Celtics are the favorites to win the championship. If they run into Denver, they spanking their ass in 6 games.
How are they favorites over? Hold on, but that's my last question to you. How are they instantly the favorites over Denver when Denver got the MVP and then they got Jamal Murray and they got the
Denver got the MVP. Philly got the MVP.
No. Well, they got the real MVP. Everybody said the real MVP.
The real MVP is Joel Embiid. It's written. It's right there.
Okay, well, they got the finals. Okay, they got the finals MVP. Since you want to be a jackass, they got the finals MVP. Right, they got a finals MVP. So what has Boston shown you except for how they wet the bed, like Stephen A. Snitch say, when they got to the finals?
What have they shown? Yeah, they wet the bed. They
what have they shown? Hold on. But I'm saying, what have they shown you from Porzingis to Tatum to Jalen Brown that when they get the highest level that they're gonna beat? Now all of a sudden they're gonna go beat the Denver Nuggets.
I'll tell you, they showed me the same thing the Denver Nuggets showed me. That's Then we see year before last, didn't the Nuggets just get spanked by the Warriors? Yeah. Then what they do? Went and got Aaron Gordon, went and got Bruce Brown. Then they won the championship.
But they lost pieces though, Bob. That's all I'm saying. They lost key pieces.
But they got better. They got Kristaps the same way the Nuggets got.
But you just said he has no effect. You just said he has no effect against Jokic. So how is that better?
Because he's not here for Jokic. They got Derek White. They got Al Horford. Kristaps Porzingis don't got nothing to do with Jokic.
Hold on.
What? So yes, he does.
What is none of them dudes?
That's what Robert. Look, just like Ticket said, Jokic will bust Kristaps ass. He can stand tall. He can make
bust Robert Williams ass too.
Okay,
right?
So that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. That's Robert Williams. That's Robert Williams' job. Robert Williams. Jokic, you gonna slow him down or he gonna bust your ass. We gonna see. Do your thing. We can still win. Just because Jokic wins that matchup don't mean we lose the game.
Porzingis isn't necessarily there to defend him either. Porzingis, for me, the biggest thing when it comes to Jokic is I think Porzingis gonna make Jokic play a little more defense. He gonna stretch.
Don't do this, Ron.
Jokic's better not be out there trying to guard.
Don't do this, Ron. Ron, you talking about a dude that falls apart in the playoffs?
Porzingis will make him sweat a little bit.
Bro, he's not gonna make him sweat. He's not gonna make him sweat, bro. Jokic better stay. Jokic better stay.
Hold on, Ron.
He cannot guard Kristaps Porzingis.
Matter of fact,
Kristaps guard Jokic better than Jokic guard Kristaps.
I'm willing to take that bet against anybody. Y'all hitch y'all wagon to Porzingis.
Kristaps guard Jokic better than Jokic guard Kristaps, bro.
Hold on, y'all see Mass.
Hold on, I want to make sure I'm hearing this correctly because this sounds wild as hell right now. So Kristaps guards Jokic better than Jokic. So that means that Kristaps got more of an opportunity to bust Joker ass than Joker got to bust his ass. Is that the logic?
Oh, have mercy, bro. They really.
There is no stretch of the imagination where Jokic can guard Kristaps.
Hold on, Mars. What do you think about what Bob just said? What do you think about what Ron, the host, and Bob just said about Porzingis making Jokic sweat? Where is lower?
Mars, you don't gotta have Stockholm syndrome.
Everyone's entitled.
You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta have Stockholm syndrome.
Everyone's entitled to their opinion. I don't have to.
And what's yours, Mars?
What's yours?
Wholeheartedly disagree.
Oh,
so
and why do you
disagree? Time out. So we're saying Porzingis, if he steps on the floor and Jokic has to guard him, Jokic is going to be just waving his hand at him like, "Oh, I'm not concerned about this."
Well, he don't do that with everybody.
Got an off night. What are we talking about?
Let me.
Big time.
Defense of Porzingis. He doesn't have to guard him on the 3-point line.
I didn't say that.
To guard him on.
Nobody said that, Ron. Nobody's saying that, Ron. But there's no way that you're going to sell me. There's no way that you're going to sell me that a guy in Joker who had to deal with the defensive player of the year in Rudy Gobert served him. Anthony Davis served him, and now and DeAndre Ayton. I'm sorry, take DeAndre Ayton off the floor. Anthony Davis served him, and Bam Adebayo, all-league defender, served him. So now I
serve Kristaps too.
Kristaps wasn't in front of me, and I'm thinking, damn, boy, I got my hands full with this guy. Hell no.
I'm not saying he's gonna say that. Chill time. I don't think he's sweating Kristaps. I don't think Kristaps sweating him either, though. Like, okay, what are you gonna do? Like, that's one of those situations. My thing is this. When I see somebody that I'm like, yo, I'm not really gonna be able to. I can't stop him from giving me 25. But at the same time, I'm like, he's not gonna stop me from giving him 25. Kristaps gonna give Jokic back everything he give him.
Hold on one second, Bob. Hold on one second.
That's all I'm not saying Kristaps better than Jokic, but I'm not saying that. I do want to ask. Y'all don't twist my words up and say that. That's what I'm saying.
What can Porzingis do to give Jokic problems?
Shoot the ball.
That's my main thing. He's just
I guess it would be pick and pops that would make Jokic.
That is literally my main thing. I'm just saying Jokic's gonna have to close out.
Is KP a better pick and pop? Is KP a better pick and pop guy than Anthony Davis?
Yes.
By far.
Yes.
By far.
Because he can shoot.
Yes, he is.
Is he a better pick and pop guy than Cat?
That's a little different.
Cat's jumper is a little bit more wet than
but Kristaps is a lot more. Kristaps. The difference is this though. The difference.
Hold on, does he have more dog?
Besides, that's where I'm going ticket. That's where I'm going ticket. He got a lot more heart than Cat.
Hell no, man. Y'all, hey yo,
you just saying that because he's European. That's that old
damn lie, man. You a damn lie, man.
That's what it is. Ain't nothing.
Damn liar, man. You're a damn lie, bro. Stop capping for these people, man.
Who talking about me?
You really? Yeah, you sit every time he got more heart than him, man. He folded.
Why am I lying?
Hold on. Every time he played in the playoffs, he folded, nigga. Every time,
and I explained it to you already. You purposely right now. You're doing what you do best.
Hold on, at least he still gave you 20 10.
And pretending like I didn't already give you the outline for this. That in your mind he might have folded, and that's fine. But he was in a situation where he was driving this bus without a license to drive.
Bro, that nigga
had no business driving that bus. So now he causing T-car power.
You and Bob gonna jump off that same bridge in Seattle when Jokic out here getting drugged. When he out here getting drugged throughout the regular season, y'all gonna change y'all narrative and ask for this dude and say that y'all was completely wrong. This dude is a complete fraud.
I'm gonna do the same thing every time.
Kristaps Porzingis' best days was in New York. He should have never left New York. And the minute he left New York, so did his game. And that shit is what it is. They overhyped. Hold on, man. They
How much he
overhyped the
averaged
dude.
last season?
Hold
What was
on.
his
They
points per game?
overhyped the dude.
What did he average last year?
Hey, Kilton, I'm
Now
gonna eat to
you're
this
lying
nigga.
to the people.
The Mavs couldn't wait to get rid of him. The Wizards handed him away. If he was so great, why the Wizards ain't keep him and build around him? He's still young. Yeah, that's what I thought. Nigga, sit down, nigga.
But
sit down. Take that L with you.
I'm just off.
Take that L with you, nigga. Take that L with you.
What else was I beat a dead horse? Thinking I can't keep repeating myself, bro. I said what I
said. Take that L with you, nigga.
I'm fine with the L. I can smoke it off. Ain't no big deal, bro. Like shit,
yeah, you heard what I said.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't no thing to me.
Past that.
You ain't like Lamont them over there. They can't take no L, right?
Nah, I ain't tripping, bro. If you feel all I can say is how I feel. You know what I mean?
The Boston Celtics season for me relies on two dudes, and it's Jason Jalen's ball handle. If their handle ain't got better, then who cares about Porzingis? I mean, I don't care what they do. If their two studs can't dribble the basketball in a crowd, then they're not going to win. And so we can talk about Porzingis all we want to.
Well, no. Well, Porzingis isn't mass. Porzingis is important because the key guys are bigs. The key guys are Giannis. The key guys are, hold on, but man, hold on. Listen to what I'm saying. The key guys are Giannis's. The key guys are Embiid's. The key guys are Jokic's. The key guys are AD's. So he's very important because those are the dudes he's going to be going against. He ain't going to be going against no penny annies when it's time to compete. When it's money time, you're going to see him against Joel Embiid. And what do you think's going to happen? You're going to see him.
He's not matched up with Joel. He's not matched up with Joel. He's going to be matched up with Joel.
Who's matching up with Joel?
Robert Williams and Al Horford, bro. Did you forget they on the team?
So what are we doing with Porzingis?
Wait. Did you forget that Al Horford got Joel Embiid number, bro?
So even if that's true, so what exactly is Porzingis' role going to be?
Facts.
What? So Al Horford and Robert Williams, they're going to deal with the bigs. So all Porzingis, what you're telling me about Porzingis, his role is just to knock down shots. That's it.
That's what his main role is. I mean, he still got the rebound to play defense and whatnot. But I think
he's not going to get the assignment. Like
I don't think so.
Robert Williams is going to get the assignment.
I wouldn't give him
what
that
happens
assignment.
when they put him in situations where he gets switched on? What happens when they put him in situations where
Robert
Williams gets in foul trouble? Or Al Horford gets in foul trouble? He's going to have to deal with these guys.
Right. He got in those situations, just like everybody else. If I'm on the court and I'm supposed to be guarding Rui Hachimura, but if I get switched on AD, I gotta play ball. It's just simple as that. The difference, I gotta play ball.
Now the difference, Big Ox, because you would have sold me that because we got three bigs. We got a really good rotation with these three bigs. But the fact that now the sole responsibility is going to be on Robert Williams, the sole responsibility is going to be on Al Horford. That's not going to work because Al Horford is 38 years old coming into this season, so he's definitely long in the tooth. Now, Kristaps Porzingis, if we can keep these guys healthy, number one, and if we can keep these guys in foul trouble, out of foul trouble, you got a really good rotation of these three big men because that means you could preserve Al Horford. That means you could also preserve Porzingis. That means you could also preserve Robert Williams, as opposed to when these dudes get in foul trouble, or when Porzingis or Al Horford or Robert Williams gets hurt. Now that means one of these dudes got to play more, which means that they're going to be more prone to foul trouble, which means that they're going to be more prone to getting hurt, which means now if we're running our offense through this dude, that's something huge that we're going to now lack because this dude's not going to be able to be on the floor.
Why would they be running the offense through Kristaps?
Because that's what they don't have on the box. That's why they got him.
Yeah, but I mean, they dump it down to give it to him, but they're not going to run the offense through him, though. The offense still runs through Jason Tatum.
But
I did like y'all did with the Mike Conley thing, though. Right. But I don't think the offense runs through
our low post. I don't mean our entire offense. I mean our low post offense. Now that we have a low post, that's what we're going to start doing now. And if we don't have that on the floor consistently, we're right back to where we were, jacking up threes. And how'd that go?
Well, Kristaps, I think he'll play consistently. He said he won't because of foul trouble and things like that. Right. I don't see why he would be in foul trouble because, like I said, I think when they play, like for instance, they play Philly, he's gonna be dealing with Tobias Harris. He's not gonna be dealing with Joel Embiid. He's gonna be staying away from that monster. He's gonna be, you got that? You know what I'm saying? Like he gonna be over there chilling with Tobias. I hope. At least that's what I hope. I hope they don't expect. If Joe Mazzulla expects to bring Kristaps Porzingis out here and be like, okay, Kristaps, you got Giannis. Kristaps, you got Joel. Then forget everything I said. The Celtics are screwed.
Yo, but
Matt, say what you just said. Hold on, Ron. Matt, say what you just said again. What are you worried about?
I'm more worried about the Boston's bigs if he's going to play two bigs at once on defense than offense.
Right.
I'm more worried about that aspect of the game. Offensively, I think that they can figure it out. But defensively, I'm not playing Robert along with Porzingis. I'm not playing Al with
That's
Porzingis.
barbecue chicken, man.
I'm not doing that
Because that 4-man match, that 4-man is going to tear Porzingis' ass up.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Who? Tobias Harris?
Nigga, Tobias Harris will give him that work. Nigga, Tobias Harris go from 3 levels. Nigga, what you talking about? Porzingis ain't not on
Tyrese Maxey will call for the pick at top of the key and call for Porzingis at top of the key.
And they got to play ball. They got to play. They got to play ball. They got to play ball. They got to have their defensive rotations, defensive schemes ready. That's not my job. I can't explain to y'all how they're going to do that. That's the NBA coach's job. But that's what they got to do. Like that's just what they got. They can't play Kristaps by himself with Joel Embiid.
Guys have to be able to move though, Bob. In this NBA where they're playing one big and normally all smalls, you're gonna get cooked because he's too slow to guard those quicker guys. Now what I can do is this: if you play two bigs, I can pick on either him or on Robert Williams all night long. That's a problem. All I gotta do is call a pick and roll all night long, and I can pick on either one of you guys.
Okay, but I'm saying with specific teams though, ticket with like Milwaukee and Philly. I'm talking about specifically the teams that matter, Milwaukee and Philly, right?
Oh, Milwaukee, you dead meat because you got Lopez and Giannis. That means
exactly.
Hold on. Let's stop right there. Hold on 1 second, Bob. Hold on 1 second. I was listening, Bob. I listened to you. Hold on 1 second. So what the hell is he gonna do with Giannis? Because he can't
Brook Lopez.
Hold on, he can't duck. That's real. That's even more trouble.
I answered your question. He guards Brook Lopez.
That's even more trouble. He can't get out to the perimeter.
Yeah,
that's even more trouble.
They can both play too big, so I'm not worried about Milwaukee because
that's what I'm saying. Milwaukee, it's going to be easier for Kristaps to play against those teams.
Easier.
Yeah, I think Milwaukee and Boston is actually a good match.
Hey, hold on. If you put Robert Williams on Giannis, guard Giannis from when Giannis attacked, he's dead meat. Robert Williams is good. Robert Williams. Hold on, Bob. I'm talking to Maz, Bob. Hold on, Bob. Maz, if you play him like that, you're dead meat because Robert Williams is not a great one-on-one defender. He's a great help defender. He ain't stopping Giannis one-on-one. And here's the problem: you eliminate the help from Porzingis because Brook Lopez can shoot threes so well. So now he's going to be. Hold on. Yes, he can. Hold on, Maz. Brook Lopez is damn near 40%. So he's attached to the perimeter.
No, I'm saying if Giannis just kills Robert Williams, who cares? Okay, cool. Get yours.
But hold on. But when Giannis kills you, he controls the game.
He killed last year.
So who was going to guard Giannis?
No, I mean that's coming off injury, and that was a 3-point game. Normally, if Giannis kills you, he controls the game. That's true.
Okay, I got
you. Who's going to guard Giannis anyway?
You said what?
Who did the Celtics have for Giannis anyway?
It was going to be
the Giannis stopper.
It was going. Hold on. I want you to hear what I'm saying, bro.
We ain't doing
last
that.
Year they only played.
I want to know, Chill, because he said who gonna guard Giannis? Who gonna guard Giannis?
Bro,
who was going to guard Giannis before Kristaps?
Bob, last year they only played one big last year until the final.
Who was going to guard Giannis before?
Hold on, Bob. Bob, you gonna let me answer the question? Last year, hold on, bro. Let me get my point off, my nigga. My nigga, at least let me get my point off, my nigga. Last year they only played one big until they was forced to against the Miami Heat because they was getting killed playing the one big. Then when they played the two bigs, they still got killed.
Who are you talking about?
Hold on, Bob.
This is what I'm saying. I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know.
Hold on, Bob. Hold on. I'm talking about last year when Miami played Boston. Boston was only playing one big. Then they changed and went to two bigs and still got killed. They got destroyed, even though it was just.
Giannis,
hold on. Let me finish. So now here's my point with Giannis. The problem is that Brook Lopez is such a great 3-point shooter that if you're playing Robert Williams on Giannis, here's the problem. Porzingis can't help. He got to stay attached to Lopez because Giannis is such a good penetrator and kicker. Once he gets into the teeth of the defense, you can't help. So now you're leaving Robert Williams. Hold on 1 second. You're leaving Robert Williams on the island, and it's worse for you if you try to build a wall against him because now what they have is they've lined up 3-point shooters again around Giannis. So you can't play that wall type of defense. My whole point with the Celtics is this. The Celtics are going to see problems with Porzingis because you're going to try to hide Porzingis in different situations, and you're not going to be able to hide him
against
the main
team. They just need to play basketball.
No, but I'm saying he doesn't. He hold on. But if you don't do
y'all
well,
making it sound like this is chemistry or rocket
no,
science.
I'm saying, but hold on, Bob. If you don't, hold on, Bob.
Ball.
If you as a player don't do well at something, that's going to get exploited in the NBA. It ain't just, oh, well, go play the game and do better. No, he doesn't do that well. The same way we say Jokic isn't a good pick and roll, pick and pop defender, he just doesn't do that well. Now, here's my thing with Porzingis. Porzingis is not a great defender. So now, if he has to guard Jokic, he's done. If he has to guard Embiid, he's done. If he has to guard Giannis, he's done. If he doesn't,
they got to guard him too.
Hold on.
They got to guard him too, Ticket. Don't forget that.
Hold on. No, but he's not that much of a threat because he's the third option. It ain't like they're the first options. That's a different type of look. Those are different attempts. That's 20 attempts a night. Hold on, that's 20 attempts a night versus a dude that's a third option. So that's a whole different game. My point to you is that these other teams have good fours. They have good guys who are playing the 4 position that can punish.
You trying to convince me that Tobias Harris is gonna cook Kristaps Porzingis? I'm not buying that. I wouldn't buy that shit off the clearance rack.
All right. Well, guess what? I saw Marcus Morris demolish his ass.
I wouldn't buy that. I wouldn't buy that shit off the clearance rack.
I seen Marcus Morris demolish his ass.
I seen Kristaps demolish his ass too. So what?
But you didn't. Kristaps Porzingis averaged 13 points a game in that series.
You talking about one interaction, bro. These guys.
No, I'm talking about the whole series. I'm talking about the whole playoffs. He averaged 13 points.
That's what I'm saying. You nitpick a guy career. You nitpick a guy career over a 7-game series, bro. That's not. I'm not just looking at that. I'm looking at his other performances too. Hold on, that's the only time he's been to the playoffs. So I can only judge him based on what we've seen. What about his whole career?
These dudes can't
guard Kristaps either. You're not being genuine with this take.
Hold on.
You got your mindset on degrading Kristaps, and that's all you want to do. Instead of opening up your mind and realizing that Tobias Harris can't do shit with Kristaps Porzingis.
I'm not giving him credit for balling on a bad team, nigga. That's it.
I'm not giving credit for balling on a bad team. I'm just saying I got the ability to look at a basketball player and realize, like, okay, that situation isn't this situation. If you do over here what you were doing over there, you're gonna have success. I got the ability to do that. I'm not gonna just assume that everything will be the same thing.
Let me get this straight, Phil. You can go average 20 and 10, or you can go average 20 and 10 on the worst team in the league and get praised by Bob.
See, that's not even what I said, but that's what I mean, bro. We not. That's not. Never mind, bro. Never mind. I can't do this.
Nobody agree with me, except for Ron.
I don't give a shit who agree with me. I'm standing on my own, talking how I feel about basketball. I'm not sitting there trying to cook you. I'm talking about this is what I think about this team. I don't care if you agree with me or not.
All right, Bob. I got another team that we could talk about. Okay, it's a team that you like. It's a team that's purple. They got a player in the summer league.
Not the Lakers.
He was just a rookie. His name's Keegan Murray. Now, first game he came out, he had 29. Great performance. Last night he comes out and goes ballistic and has 41. He scored a total of 69 points in 62 minutes. The Kings is 2-0. I want to know, how are we feeling about Keegan right now going into year 2?
Ain't nobody surprised.
Summer league.
This ain't no thing, bro. This don't prove nothing at all.
I stand with everyone who just spoke before me.
Normally,
I know it's the title, so I guess we have to talk about it a bit more. I
saw him, Ron, in person. It's more than just summer league, fellas.
This shit easy. This shit easy for Keegan. It's easy for
guys. I mean, we can say it's summer league, but we look at things that he's working on, right? Passing,
now we talking.
Defending.
Now we talking.
Ball movement. Coming off screens. Bouncing up and shooting the jump shot. I'm here in Sacramento. I got season tickets, so trust me. I mean, I'm around this organization. I got friends who work there. Bro, this dude Keegan, real deal. And not just that, but after the game, they talked about his leadership. These young guys being around him. You feel me? Again, soaking up some of that. Even though he's a second-year player, guys, he acts beyond his age. He's not your typical, second-year player. This kid is just ice, just stone cold, right? Don't smile, just tunnel vision. His jump shot is best. This guy can shoot the rock with the best of them. And so we can say it's just summer league, but for me, I looked at other things that he was doing because he was asked to work on things, right? We know he can shoot. So, you know what I'm saying? Work on stuff that you need to rebound better, right? Play make, defend. You know what I'm saying? And listen, man.
Question,
he's
Mr.
more
Maz.
confident too, Chill. And the kid is so confident.
Question, Mr. Maz. When do you get better?
Well, you get better in games like this. You get better in the summer.
One more time for the people in the cheap seats.
You get better in the summer. You get
in the
better
summertime. So
like
if you guys saw him, so Big Ox, if
Right.
you saw him in a pickup game, or if you saw him working on his game, would you still say, "Yo, this don't mean nothing"? No, you'll be like, "Yo, he in the lab."
When I say it don't mean nothing, I mean like I know Keegan Murray is just good. I was Tick was
right. You know he good.
You know that he's good. I know this shit. I know this is like I'm not saying it's just summer league. Like first of all, I'm not trying to low rate or downgrade the guys that he's playing against. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely not trying to do that. I'm just much love to everybody on the court. What I'm saying is this don't show me nothing because I know how good Keegan Murray is. That's what I meant. Y'all know how good. Y'all know where I think he's going. Y'all know what I think his ceiling is. So and once again, I explained to you and Ron my reasoning for saying I don't want him out there playing. And it was more of a sentimental reason than it was for him getting ready. I'm like, yo, we got to the playoffs. If this boy get a hangnail, I'm gonna lose my mind. So that's all it is. And I understand this is where you work and get better. I understand all that. But once again, like I already explained to y'all, the reason why I was saying what I was saying the other day is just because I'm like, Keegan, just ball out. You know, obviously, don't be careful. Don't be careful.
You want to see him upright. That's what you want to see him more than anything. You want to see him upright. I can
play
get
basketball. Don't be scared to
get
hurt because, like you said, Chill, when you play scared to get hurt, that's when you get hurt. So that's all I'm saying. And I understand he's working on his game, but I'm trying to tell you, Keegan Murray is Jason Tatum.
He the good.
I'm trying to tell you.
He the goods, but it's summer league, Chill. You can't. I mean, when it's summer league,
I'm hyping it a little bit, man.
I've heard Mars say this before. This is against guys. A lot of them guys ain't even gonna be in the NBA.
No,
so, like I said, I'm when I look at him, it don't change me none because I've already seen what he is, what he can be. Now, to me, you're right. You do improve in the summer, but we see that the next season, as the next season comes along, we see that progression and how the coach allows that to play out in the court too. If the coach allows you to implement the things you've worked on in your game the next season. So that's why I said, like, to me, when I look at the summer league, I'm like, bro, dudes gonna go in summer league and do stuff, even though they can ball. Like, for example, Max Christie for the Lakers. You see him doing shit in summer league. He ain't finna be on the court doing that for the Lakers next year. Right. So unless Bullethead Mike Brown is gonna be putting Keegan Murray in these positions to do this stuff on a regular basis on the court, that's why I'm saying he's doing it in summer league now and getting all the minutes he's getting in summer league. He's not finna be getting all those minutes next year based off of the success they had last year and the guys that they had playing last year. But I do expect to see progression from him going into next season. And it's something that I like. I would be upset if he was playing under or bad, but he's doing this. No, he's doing what he's supposed to do. He's a
absolutely. So when I watch him, like the point that you just made, Ticket, that he's not going to be doing this like next season. The fact that he's on that Sacramento team and he's working with them, so they see what he's doing and they see his progression, which means that next season they're going to implement him more in the offense. They're going to implement him more defensively. They're going to use him even more because they see how he's getting better and they get to use him. Right? They get to use him and make him better in that system, as opposed to seeing him in pickup games, as opposed to seeing him just working out with somebody else. Now we get to use this dude the way we want to actually use him, and we get to see his progression. So we get to watch him in pick and pops. We get to watch him in transition. We get to watch his ball handling, and we get to coach him, as opposed to we don't see him from the minute they lost in the playoffs. We don't get to see him again until next season and see if he got bigger, see if he got stronger, see if his jump shot got better. This actually is working to their advantage because they're working with him right now.
Well, Chill. I kind of heard through the grapevine that he was kind of approached by the organization and was asked, do you want to go? Like, do you want to play in these games?
That's even better.
And guys, he was open to it. He was like,
hell yeah.
Like I'm going. And again, Mike has asked him to do a few things outside of shooting, rebound the basket. The dude is like 6'9", 6'10", right? And so he has to be a better rebounder.
Hold on, Mr. Maz. How big is he?
He's like 6'8", 6'9".
I thought you said 6. I'm like, damn, he that big? I didn't know he was that big, but keep going. I'm sorry.
He's a tall kid. And so, you know what I'm saying? So I know for a fact that Mike's been tough on him behind the scenes about not just being a shooter. You're not a specialist in this league. You're a basketball player, meaning you got to rebound, you got to defend, you got to pump fake, get in the middle of the key,
got to be more
draw defense and kick. And so there was a game last year where I think Keegan had like 2 points and had like no rebounds. And Mike got on him in front the whole crew and said, "Look, man, next game, and you got to rebound, buddy. If you're not making shots, you got to be able to impact the game more ways." And so that's why I say when I said the first time, use these moments to do things like that. You know what I'm saying? Go put your body on somebody. Go set a screen. Like the game is more than just shooting because he's a basketball player. And so he's being asked to do more. And so next year, his load will be a lot heavier. I'm looking forward to see, between him and Kevin Herter, who the load gets higher. That's me.
It's got to be Keegan.
For me, that's the two guys right
but
there.
Mars, is his ceiling Jason Tatum like Bob said?
No.
I don't see that, especially defensively. I don't see that.
Oh, Mass, he has Mars, but
my bad. Mars, Mass,
go
my
ahead
bad.
and shoot that bullshit down, though.
Yeah, I don't see Jason Tatum. No, I don't see Jason Tatum.
Oh, that's what they said, Ron. They said that. They said his ceiling's like Jason Tatum. His ceiling could be Jason Tatum.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said for sure.
That's the second best scorer in the league. I don't know if he's going to be that.
Hey, Ron, why you laughing? Hold on, tell me. Why are you laughing, Ron? You don't believe it? You don't believe it?
Well, I'm just saying, like what Ox said. Ox, when you hear the organization step to him and ask him to play in the summer league, now how do you feel about that? Do you think that that's something that could possibly be a demotion, or is that something where we might be looking at you to be better next year, and we want to start here?
I think they're filling them out. I think they want to see where's the kid's head at. I think they ask him, "Do you want to play this?" to see where his work ethic is. Because like Mr. Matt said, that he's a professional. He came into the league with the professional mindset. So I think they like, Keegan, what's up? You want to play? And I think they talked about it before. Like, let's go ask Keegan, see how see where his head's at. He's like, yeah, I want to play. I'm trying to, I want to eat. He's a killer. He's a killer. Like, so in these playoffs, he might not have all the 7 games. He might not have had the best numbers. But if you look at the way he was playing, his ability, he wasn't shying away from anything. If Keegan Murray would have took that shot in the Chase Center instead of Harrison Barnes, we would have been in the second round.
Hey, Bob, but let me ask y'all a real question though. What is his ceiling right now that you guys are seeing? Like, what is?
I wasn't bullshitting, Ticket.
So you think he's 30 a game at some point? You think he's 30-8 at some point?
Keegan Murray is going to be our number one option. I'm telling you, Keegan.
The reason why I'm asking you that, because
I think he has the ability to be. Maybe Mike Brown might not put that into play, but I think he is going to be our best scorer.
Right. Because maybe Leak got a couple different ways to get to that rack a little different than Keegan. But besides Malik Monk, Keegan, I think Keegan will be our best. Even
scorer.
if he's 20, let's not go as far as 30-8, right? Let's not go as far as let's say 25 and 8, right? 20.
I think Keegan can do that for sure.
25 and 8. So that means that we're talking about a guy who's going to be not that sounds to me like a top 10 player in the game on a playoff team. Because again, we're not talking about the Sacramento Kings being the Sacramento Kings. If he's gonna be 25 to 27 and 8 with Malik, not Malik Monk, I'm sorry, with De'Aaron Fox, with Sabonis, does that mean we moving off of these dudes and we now implementing him? So if we keeping him and he's that's a top 10, top 15 player in the game, big.
But this my thing, Chilton. So I'm looking at it.
Are you going that far, Mr. Mass?
I'm not going to be that. No.
I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it from where we want to be. If our organization, if we want to be making runs at the Western Conference Finals, you know what I'm saying, try to get one in the next 4, 5, 6 seasons. Right. That's what Keegan has to get to the level to where he can score 25 a game. I don't think asking Keegan to come off 25 is far fetched.
I don't think the question is will he. The question is does he have to on that team? And the answer is no.
I'm not saying he has to.
Yeah, if Darren's giving you 26, 25, Sabonis giving you his 20 and 10. I want Keegan to give me his little 18 and 7 consistently. And real quick, too, fellas, you guys do know that Keegan plays. He doesn't play a very aggressive style offense, right? Like he's not a selfish player, and so he ain't got that dog to go get 25 a game.
I think he does.
Is that right now, Mr. Mass, or can that be that in 3 years?
That's
So
right
that's just
now.
right now.
Remember though, Mike Brown was telling him throughout the season. Mike Brown, I think Mike Brown's trying to bring that out of him. He's telling him like, Keegan, you can dribble, you can attack the rim, you can push the break. When Keegan was kind of looking for De'Aaron to get the ball, looking to kick the ball up to the big fella, because DeMontis like to bring the ball up. He was telling Keegan, you do that, you could do that. I think having Trey Lyles and Harrison Barnes this year was such a great thing for the development of Keegan Murray, bro. Okay, so he might not one day average that 28 and 10, but I think he has the game. I think he has the tools to be able to average 24, well, Bob, 25.
Not just Mike, bro, but I've seen in person. I've seen Doug Christie and it's lightweight. Get at him a little bit. Hey, man, let's go. You got that. Like, hey, Darren's okay with you. Sabonis is okay with you. Hey, go get yours. You feel me? Like listen, sometimes your shot is better than their shot. Your matchup is more favorable than their matchup. I've seen Doug get on him in person and try to push him. But fella, Keegan is so chill and so relaxed and just so nonchalant. I think sometimes he's misunderstood because I think he has it in him, but he's just a cool, calm dude, man. He's just a cool, calm dude.
I don't think it's a matter of you having to bring anything out of him or anything. I think it's a fact of him being smart enough as a basketball player, good enough as a basketball player to know I'm playing with De'Aaron Fox, I'm playing with Sabonis. What the hell am I doing out here trying to ISO people or just trying to do? Because when I watched them, I watched somebody that was composed. I watched somebody that looked like he was supposed to be there. I watched somebody that looked like he's been there before. Like and he was playing his role to a T. He's not out there trying to do too much. He's spotting up. He's cutting when he has to. When he does get the ball, he's taking one or two dribbles, making a move, and getting right to it. To me, that sounds like just a good basketball player that knows what he's doing.
What I don't want to dismiss the summer league because the summer league, even though these guys that he playing against are less than right. I can appreciate more than half of these guys, 90% of these dudes are not going to be on an NBA roster next season, right? Half of these dudes are either going to be G League guys or they're going to be playing overseas. However, the fact that he's working with his organization to sharpen up his skills, that says a lot about how they think about him. It says a lot about how much they value him. And the fact that they come to him and ask him, yo, do you want to play in the summer league? And for him to say yes, that sounds to me like a basketball player. That's what that sounds like.
That's the part I hate because it used to not be like that. It used to be that if you were first or second player, you're playing. All this, whether I'm playing or not, that's the part I hate about the NBA. Right. They went away from what made it great, which is, y'all playing. Like, even with a guy like Victor Wembanyama, he'd already been on the court. We wouldn't been waiting till tomorrow night to see this guy. Yeah. You'd have been playing for the first game back then. You know what I'm saying? And that's the part that I don't
why that changed, though, Ticket. Why did that change?
Well, it changed because of the diva mentality in the NBA. It changed, and that's the part I think that the NBA has to continue to clean up. Like, they haven't cleaned up like the load management problem with the games and stuff, but they have to clean up those things too. Like, it has to be mandatory, in my opinion, for those guys to play. Now it's more so the teams trying to protect the players from getting hurt. This, that, and the third. Listen, it's basketball. If you're gonna get hurt, you're gonna get hurt. You know what I'm saying? And so you can get hurt doing something stupid on your own time. So for me personally, like I said, bro, I like to see all of the young guys out here because it helps with their development anyways. And that way we get a better gauge when you had all of the first and second year guys out here, because now you are playing against more NBA cats. Remember, Chill, when Kobe and them came in the league, they was out there in summer league. All these LeBron James in summer league. These dudes is playing. These dudes on the court playing, bro. Right. They guys from the, and they're playing every game. They're playing minutes. You know what I'm saying? We're getting to really see where these guys is at. That's why I said with Keegan, it's hard to kind of look at because the guys he's playing against, most of them guys ain't even going to be in the league. So I want to see him against the league competition, against the guys who are going to be there, against some of the first and second year guys who are coming in. That way we can really get a better gauge on where these guys are at, how these guys may look, especially the new guys that's coming in, and then we can see where the second year guys are progressing. And I think that I'm going to ask y'all a question I never knew about this. Do they get paid to play in summer league? I believe they do, but
yeah, they're under contract.
No. I'm talking about the other guys.
Yeah, they're under contract.
So they're basically signed a part of the team as a summer league, and then they are getting paid. Yeah. So that's my thing.
They don't get a crazy. They get a little something. Everybody on the roster, they're not just going to invite you and not pay you.
Right.
So that's my thing. Like, I want to see that, bro. Like, I would love to see the matchups with the better guys against the better guys. Therefore, we can really see who's building, who's growing and who's
Right.
building on their game.
That's fair.
You know
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
He changed that, and I think that was the worst thing, bro.
Fellas, though, right quick. We are gonna, as you guys can see, we're gonna, in light of Keegan Murray, we're gonna rank the best rookies from this last season. We'll get into that in a little bit. We'll do that a little later. I do want to read some super chats as well. But before we do that, hey, Mr. Ox, wait, brother Ox, where you going?
He gone. He ain't listening to you. Big Ox is not trying to.
I gotta take a dump, man.
Me and him, we gotta play a little game.
There you go. There you go.
Bob, you was quick.
Brother. Yeah, Mr. Ox. Yeah, we
trying to talk to you, Big Ox.
Hey, Mr.
Trying to talk to you, Big Ox.
What's up?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, y'all see those SpongeBob shorts Bob got on?
These ain't SpongeBob shorts. These ain't SpongeBob. These is unicorns, bro.
Rod, he got on the SpongeBob drawers. Bob got those SpongeBob.
They not SpongeBob. They unicorns, man.
Hey, chill out.
Go
ahead, Rod. I'm sorry.
My bad. I meant to turn my camera off.
But you said Keegan Murray has potential that you think he could be one of the better players in the league. And
right.
I mean, you kind of surprised a lot of us with what you said. You compared him to possibly Jason Tatum. So now I want to throw out some other young players, 23 and younger, and I want to know if you believe that Keegan Murray will be better than these players.
Okay, cool.
The first one is in Portland, Shaedon Sharpe.
Oh yeah, easy, hands down.
Keegan?
Yeah, Keegan.
Easy.
Wow,
Big Ox. Wow.
No, it's not even a question.
We're 0-1 right now. We're 0-1.
Yes, we are. Ox super well with that one.
The next
Shaedon
one
Sharpe
is in New Orleans, Trey Murphy III.
Yes.
The next one is in Houston, Jalen Green.
No.
Okay, nice. You're two.
But Ron, you already know how I feel about Jalen Green.
Okay.
Mars, hey, hold on, Ron. Mars, I don't know why you like it. I don't know why.
He love him, Ticket, and I'm
just
trying to
watch this season. Watch this season. That's fine.
He loves this dude.
I've been seeing him since he was at prolific prep, bro.
I have an eye for basketball talent. I just.
But Mars, I don't see it, bro.
Yeah, that's fine. You don't have to see it. You'll be enlightened. You'll be enlightened. That's fine.
Maybe it's a Dennis Rodman antics that fooled me. I just don't.
Okay. He's cool.
I ain't saying. I'm not saying he whack, Mars. I'm just like you told me he better than Jordan. I'm like, wait. I know you. I think you was trolling. I know you was trolling. I know you was trolling. But I'm.
Can I ask Mars a question? You have an eye for basketball talent. Can you give me some examples of young first, second year players that you selected that ended up becoming great?
Well, how like obvious do you want me to go? Like obviously I knew Luka was gonna pan out when people were saying he wasn't gonna pan out.
No, I want you like other Jalen Green types where most people don't.
Jalen Green was also a number 2 pick. So
number 2 pick in the draft. So it wasn't like he was the 18th pick in the draft.
I knew Scotty Barnes over Jalen Suggs was a good pick. I never doubted that. I knew Jalen Suggs wasn't gonna be great. Josh Giddey is someone who I thought would be good. I knew James Bouknight wasn't going to be good. So no disrespect, but I knew he wasn't going to be good. Alperen Sengun is another one I knew was going to be good. He was like a late lottery pick. I knew Kai Jones wasn't going to be good, so that's another one. I don't want to disrespect Cam Thomas. I'm gonna give him some more time, so I'm not going to say I knew about him not going to be playing that much.
What's the plan with Sengun moving forward?
I'm asking, hold on, before you do that, I'm just this. I got to put my staff together, and I might need some advanced scouts. So
I knew James Wiseman wasn't going to work. I knew James Wiseman wasn't going to
in that system. You knew he wasn't going to work, right?
Sure.
What? So Mars, what's the plan with Sengun moving forward? Because I really dig him. What's the plan with Sengun moving forward?
I think
I'm the Rockets fan, man, and y'all asking him. Go ahead, man.
No, he a Rockets fan.
I'm just a temporary Rockets fan.
Okay. Yeah, he a Rockets fan.
No, he's almost. He's going through the phases, filling out the paperwork.
All right, so Mr. Mass, what's the plan moving forward? Because I really dig him. I do. I watched him. I saw him working with Olajuwon, and I saw him getting better. So what's the plan with him moving forward?
Who was working with Olajuwon?
Sengun.
Yeah. He has, and Yao comes to town every now and then too. But I saw Sengun in person, play the Raptors when I was in Houston for my birthday.
Yeah,
the kid has footwork, he has skill, he has nice touch. You know, I wish they run their offense more through him. You know what I'm saying?
They will.
But then again, though, when you got those two studs out there, right, who don't know how to play winning basketball, it just doesn't happen. Hopefully, Ime can come in and kind of tweak the offense. And I want to see Sagoon get more paint touches and create open shots, create double teams, and kick out for open shots. But Sagoon also has to be more aggressive, asking for the basketball. Because Sagoon is because he gets pushed out the block too much for my liking. He's not like a strong-minded kid. And then, too, Jabari Smith's there, right? And so at times, you could put Jabari at the 5, right? Or can you play Sagoon at the 5, him at the 4? It's like, I mean, Ime has some choices there. But with Sagoon, man, just more touches, man. More touches and go through him. Because guess what?
Get him involved more.
He can be the focal point of your offense if you run it through him. And we all know if your big man is engaged offensively, then defensively, he's a factor. And so I like him, but I'm still on the fence because with these young perimeter players that we got, I don't think that they're going to feed him like they should unless Ime kind of gets in their butts and then they do it. So we'll see. I don't know.
All right.
Fellas, but back to the matter at hand. Ox, we have more questions and more.
Okay, I'm ready.
So in light of Alperen Sengun, well, being talked about, him.
I got Keegan.
Well, there you go. Next, Benedict Mathurin.
Keegan.
All right, keeping it pushing. Keegan or Scotty Barnes?
Take that fan hat off, Ox. Stop, man.
Keegan.
I like Scott. I'm just really high on Scotty Barnes. I like Scotty Barnes at Florida State. I'm really high on Scotty Barnes. Yeah, see now this question, this is actually putting more pressure on Scotty than Keegan. It's just where's he gonna go? It depends. I'm gonna go ahead. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say Scotty. I think he got all the intangibles. He's right. He's ready.
Keegan Murray or Paulo Banchero?
Come on, Brian.
What?
I gotta go Paulo on that one.
I mean, bro, you said JT, so I gotta compare all these guys to JT at the end of the day.
Okay, I see you. But only guys that I said above or Keegan was Paulo,
Jalen Green,
Scotty, and
Jalen Green,
right?
and Scotty Barnes.
And so of those three, I'm pretty confident Jalen and Paulo. I think they're generational. Scotty is just so close, and I'm just gonna throw him the nudge. So
hold on, you say Jalen Green's generational?
Hey, just wait.
Generational talent. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Y'all, hold on. Are y'all buying that?
Ticket. Those videos don't mean nothing. Them was just kids fooling around doing.
I ain't talking about the videos. Forget the videos. Forget that. I'm talking about him. I'm talking about y'all think his game is generational?
I do.
Generational.
I'm gonna speak for myself. I'm gonna speak for myself.
Speaking for yourself, Big Ox.
Speaking for myself, Jalen Green.
When this generation is over, how are we going to be talking about Jalen Green as the best guard
in the next 3 seasons, Jalen Green will be the best shooting guard in the NBA.
He's the next
better than Anthony Edwards.
Better
than Anthony Edwards. Yeah,
he's already better than
Jalen Green will be.
Jalen Green will be the best shooting guard.
Hey, LeBron, do not make me jump the computer on you.
He better than Ed right now, Ron.
No,
don't do that.
No.
You disgusting, bro.
What the hell we doing right now?
Look,
Jalen Green will be the best shooting guard in the
He's better than Ed Man right now.
No, he is not.
I ain't say with that.
I'm saying I would take you on my team over Ant right now.
That's disgusting, man.
Here's also what I'm saying.
Y'all gonna see what
Jalen Green is going to come out and average a nice 26 to 27 this year.
Hey,
bro,
Ticket,
hold on. He better than He better than Ant Man right now.
Please let's get back on that. Let's get back on that.
What you got to understand? What you got to understand is that now he got Mr. Who stroked you. He gonna open up that game for him.
Hey, Floyd, you got to talk some sense. They say he's better than Anthony Edwards, right now, who's in the
I didn't
playoffs.
say that.
Who's in the playoffs.
This the dude humping his
He will be,
homeboy on camera.
Yeah,
That's what he doing in the off
Y'all
season.
Y'all bad, bro.
That's what he doing.
Y'all
And
bad.
I'm sitting here listening to you dudes, Ron in particular,
that was
tell
20
me
seconds of
that
pumping Chill Town. He's doing more than that.
a guy in Anthony Edwards who's throwing chairs because he lost in the playoffs, and I can see the dog. I can see the improvement. But Jalen Green, on the other hand, who's basically a social media darling, averaging 22 a game last year, not nearly what Anthony Edwards was on the defensive side of the basketball. In the next 3 years, he's going to surpass him. Yes. So if he surpasses him, so we're talking about Jalen Green as the best two guard in the NBA. That's a top 10 player in the game.
Yes.
So y'all do trying to get my blood pressure up because I'm saying.
Well, we can't do anything other than wait for the next 3 years to happen to prove it, right?
MVP. Yeah,
I think Jalen Green is going to be a really good guard in the game. I don't think that he's generational. I think Anthony Edwards on both sides of the basketball, at some point is going to be elite, and we're going to have a serious conversation about him being a top 10, close to a top 5 player. I don't see that with Jalen Green. I don't.
No, he's Bradley Beal 2.0, bro. He's Bradley Beal 2.0. And for them to say that about
him, we never had a conversation about Bradley Beal.
Ant-Man's a top 25 player in the league right now. But Jalen Green ain't even top 50, bro. For them to say he's better than Ant-Man right now, bro. Ant-Man's an all-star, bro. And he'll be a perennial all-star.
One person said that.
Only one.
But Ron didn't say that. This dude right here.
Y'all got to remember, Ron also said that a men's floor is John Wall.
So with that being said, let me turn it down.
Yeah, Ron's trying to get on the Houston Rockets hype train. I see what he's doing. With
that being said, Jalen Green being compared to Bradley Beal,
I forgot all about that. He did say that. Yes, he did.
But this is my thing, though. I want to make this. I want to make this clear. No. And Mars, I want to make this clear. I want to make this clear.
Should have saw the vision. I'm sorry, it's too late.
Hey, I said this when Jalen Green was a junior in high school. I just want to make this clear. I'm not just saying this now. When Jalen Green was a junior in high school, I was saying, yo, get this kid 7 years. He's gonna be the MVP of the league.
Okay, so here's we are. So here's where we are, Big Ox.
No,
we're going into year 3 with this guy now, right? We're going into year 3. We should see some sort of improvement, not just on the offensive side of the basketball. Right, we should see some improvement on the defensive side of the basketball. We should see some improvement, his ability, his IQ. We should see some improvement in all of this stuff. Because what you're trying to tell me is, again, the league MVP, that's a guy who's the best player in the game, or at least in the conversation as the best player in the game. So we going into year 3 with Jalen Green, right? We're going in year 3. So guys like Luka, right? We've seen improvement. We talking about being an all-NBA performer. We talking about him 33-8, stuff like that. And this was early on. So a guy like Jalen Green, 22 a game in year 2, in a wide open NBA on a bad team, who, if I'm not mistaken, I think I said this in the past. I think they led the fourth quarter in turnovers, and Jalen Green was a huge part of that. So now what we're doing is we moving forward the next year when you get Ime on the crew, and he's going to be better than that. So we're looking at 25, 26 a game, and they could possibly be a play-in team. And if that's true, that means that this guy is the man. Is that fair?
Right. So no, I think
that's fair.
Hold on. Jalen Green, how can you say he's going to be the best player in the NBA? He's not even the 3rd best player in his state.
Thank you.
I didn't say the best team player in the NBA. I said
Luka and Kyrie are in the state. What's he meant to do with that?
He's not even Wemby too. And Wemby too.
No.
Watch this though, Fluent. So look,
top 4, top 5 in his state.
What are you talking about?
But look, watch this though.
Is he the best player? Even Mr. Miles, let me ask you this question before you go any further, Big Ox.
You're about to ask if he's the best player in Houston. That's a terrible question.
What is it?
Terrible question.
He's the most talented player. I mean,
there's a difference, Mr. Mass. There's more time for the people in the cheap seats because that talent has to turn into something.
Talented player is either a best player. It's arguable.
Look, Mr. Mass. I personally
I'm with
think
you on that one, Phil.
His word is a law.
With the acquisition of Fred VanVleet, with the acquisition of Fred VanVleet, shit changes.
That changes
you know what I'm saying? It
And
changes. I think Fred VanVleet is one of those guys. Like he's a great professional off the court. You see they're already working out together. The Fred VanVleet signed over there. The next day he touched down. They was in the lab together. So I like what that says. I think Fred VanVleet takes him under his arm, teaches him how to be a professional. Talks about, oh man, when I was with Kawhi, this is what Kawhi was doing. You know, saying things like that. You know how when you with a guy that's been around. And he tells you, "Oh man, I remember when I used to play with him. He used to do this. He used to do that."
That's not what Fred does.
But I'm telling you what Fred's doing. You stuck in those Toronto days. I'm seeing the videos about him automatically. They in the lab together. So I mean, if Jalen Green is taking Fred VanVleet to the gym, then that's cool. You know, whatever. But that shows something.
Do you guys think that Fred, Fluent, do you think Fred takes the back seat and allows Jalen to drop 25 a game? Because, bro, Fred wants his shots. Fred's feisty. Fred's a shoot-first player. Fred did not defer to Pascal.
Exactly.
Scotty,
there's a reason.
Nobody.
There's a reason. There's a reason Fred is gone. There's a reason Fred is gone. And the reason
he's
Fred
not
is
what
gone.
y'all think he is, bro.
The reason he's gone is because of 43 million. That's the reason.
No.
The reason that
happened.
Let's be honest.
No, I'm going to be honest. The reason that even happened was, one, because he wasn't taking young players under his wing and building them up, and two, he wasn't facilitating for those guys. OG Anunoby wanted more shots. OG Anunoby wanted to be more involved in the offense, and Fred said, "No, I'm getting mine," and that's why they could have made a qualifying offer the year before and extended him. They didn't. There's a reason he got to free agency. He would have signed with Toronto for $30 million a year. That was the talk. 30 a year.
He turned it down, remember?
Hold on. No, they didn't offer it. They didn't offer it because he didn't do those things that they needed from him to be a facilitator and a team leader. He got his. So unless he completely changes who he is in Houston, you guys are going to be sadly disappointed in what he does.
So Tone, it's not the So Tone, it's not the money is also an issue with you, but you also you're not loving Fred VanVleet as the player.
Fred VanVleet should come off someone's bench. Yes, Fred VanVleet should come off someone's bench. And
were we reporting fake news? Were we reporting fake news earlier this year?
About what?
When we were talking about Fred VanVleet turning down that extension, so that didn't happen, and we were up here reporting fake news.
I don't know what. I'm not gonna lie.
I remember vividly that episode when we talked about Fred VanVleet turning down that extension.
I don't think you're making it up. I just don't remember.
I don't remember that either.
Yeah.
But if he never got offered the contract.
But either way, they didn't offer him what the plan was offer Fred the 30 a year. That's what he wanted, and offer Pirtle the 20 a year and keep the team back together. They did not make that offer according to sources that I have, so they could be wrong as always. But it was because of the things that they wanted him to do was to get those other guys involved, be a facilitator, be a more of a point guard than a get yours and just shoot. And as you saw last year, when he shoots a lot, he misses a lot. He was one of the lowest field goal percentage, one of the lowest three-point shooting percentage of any player in the NBA. He was at the bottom 5 in both of those things. And if you think that all of a sudden he didn't do it in Toronto, he's now going to do it in Houston, then good on him that if he changes completely who he is.
You ain't buying it, though.
What do you always say? When someone shows you who they are, believe them?
Believe them.
Well, that's on Ime though. So Florence, I guess the question is, can Ime change that?
I honestly, I believe Houston only signed him. I believe Houston only signed him and Dylan Brooks. One, to bring in like a veteran, but two, it's for 3 years, right? It's because they have to spend 90% of the salary cap. And they're like, let's just bring him in to be the guy for 3 years, and then he's going to be out.
It's actually 2, because it's the team option.
Option for 3. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. And then once we pay Jalen Green, and we don't have to worry about the 90%, he's going to be gone. He is a salary cap. You've heard of salary cap cuts? He's a salary cap ad.
I agree. I think that's why he signed.
Floyd, you nasty.
I hope he comes off the bench.
If that's the case, then Mars, then we in trouble, bro, because that's going to stunt our growth, and so we'll see.
I'm just hoping he brings him off the bench.
But is it though, Mr. Mass? Because
Jalen Green's going to average 27 with him.
Because this is what I'm thinking. What I'm thinking about Van Fleet, more like in a football term, where Van Fleet may be a gap quarterback. Maybe he might be a stopgap quarterback until you actually get your point guard. And I think you already have him in Thompson. So he might be that dude for a year, 2 years, just to get this dude acclimated. And once you get him off the books and Thompson becomes the playmaker that you all think he's going to be, because that's why you drafted him as a top 5, you could get him off your books.
But do we have 2 years of waste though? Listen, and that's the thing. Sometimes those 2 years can prolong you even longer. And so do we want to waste 2 years doing that? I mean, if everything Fluent just said is true and Houston just signed just because they have to spend the cap on him and Dylan, then I don't like that. But again, though, I trust Ime's leadership of men. And so I look at Ime the way I look at Mike Tomlin in football. Even though Mike is long in the tooth now, they're leaders of men. And so I think there's a conversation that's probably already been had or going to be had from training camp from day one where he gets Fred in line, if that makes sense. And
that's what fair.
I hope
fair. That's
the case. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we're hoping.
That's why I don't think these years are going to be wasted, because you got these young dudes, and I feel like Van Fleet. Tone and I have had this conversation plenty of times. I think he's a great rotation guard on a championship unit. If you're trying to win it, he's not your guy.
And we can't poo-poo Jeff Green and Patty Mills being there.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, so that too.
But to get a guy like Ime in the locker room, right? To get a guy like Ime in the locker room, and to have Van Fleet as a stopgap, quote unquote, quarterback. So you got young guys on your crew, and he's not going to screw these dudes up. They're not trying to hear that. They are not trying to hear him screwing these guys up. And to have them for 2 years, and then you actually have Amen Thompson turn into what he's turning into, I'm feeling
right.
All right, fellas, it's about time to go ahead and get into some super chats.
That player option,
right from the top.
That team option is huge. It's not a player option; it's a team option. That's huge.
Option.
Yeah, that's huge.
Leaf Diggy said Dame is a wolf in sheep's clothing, point blank.
Facts. Just on the dog. That's it. Stand on it.
Football CF Candy said, people, please tell others don't go to Bulls games.
The Bulls have been doing.
That's crazy.
Chill Out Cow said, what are the best finals performances in a loss?
LeBron in 2011.
Elgin Baylor in 62 and 63. I mean,
he had a bunch of finals performances in a loss.
Oh, you said final performance in a loss? I did.
Finals performance in a loss.
Remarks on that.
I'm thinking Elgin Baylor in 63. He went 34 and 15 in that final series.
Rick Barry averaged like 40 a game in 67 and lost.
Yeah, he did.
There's nothing about Dame Lillard that's a sheep at all. Dame Lillard never tried to play the sheep role at all. Dame Lillard is a shark. Dame Lillard is a shark, and when you're a shark, you must swim. You must hunt. When a shark stops swimming, hunting, he dies. There's no sheep in Dame Lillard. There's no sheep in Dame Lillard at all. I think that's ridiculous to say. Hold on, I'll answer your question after I'm done. I think that's ridiculous for somebody to say. I don't care about about them insinuating what they're insinuating by calling him a wolf in sheep's clothing, which is basically calling him a snake. I don't think Dame Lillard ever tried. A sheep is a victim.
I said, what is a shark? Hold on, what is a shark?
I don't know. I'm talking about the super chat. I don't think.
I'm asking. No, you take because
I'll answer.
What is the wolf? What is the wolf?
Real quick, bro. I think there's never Damian Lillard's never been a victim. You know what I'm saying? He's a shark, and when the shark stops swimming, he dies, and he gonna hunt until he retires.
What the hell is going on?
No, what he's saying is Bob. What he's saying is Bob. You misunderstood his saying. That's why I asked you that. What he's saying about sheep and wolves clothing is this. He's saying that he's a coward. But no. Listen what I'm saying. No. Listen to what the term. Hold on 1 second. Listen what the terminology means, though, bro. You got to hold on 1 second. When you say somebody's a sheep in wolves clothing, that doesn't mean that you that means that I'm acting like I'm hard because I got my exterior makes it seem like, yo, I'm this tough dude. I'm willing to go through all of it. But deep down inside, I'm not built like that. So what they're saying with Dame is, hold on 1 second, Bob. Let me get it off. Let me get it off. All he's saying is by that super chat is the whole time he's been the whole time he's been saying, yeah, I ain't gonna do it like everybody else. I'm doing it like this. I'm doing my own thing. I'm carving my own way. I don't need to be doing it how they do it. I'd rather lose here than go team up and win. and then you do the same thing. So you basically was a sheep, but you was in wolf's clothing. You was portraying to be something you wasn't.
That's clickbait.
That's not clickbait. That's the absolute truth. He was. Don't tell me you something and then you something else, nigga. Don't tell me Bob is 6'8", 240. How big is Bob, Ron?
I'm 6'8", 260.
Right. Don't tell me you 6'8", 260.
And when we face he's 6'5", he's 225.
Hey, Tilton, you know how many times that happened overseas some places? Like a team player. He's supposed to be 6'9", 250. This motherfucker still up 6'3". Like, come on, bro.
Y'all don't got to worry about that with Dame. They say he a wolf. You get up in there, you gonna get 8 because that's what wolves do. Ain't no sheep in Dame.
All right.
Hey, but I know
ain't no bitch in Dame.
Ron is a wolf. I seen Ron in them interviews out there in the streets. Ron a wolf. Ron is out there for real.
Check out PC Unleashed, our IRL content. Go check us out. Hey, and Ticket, for real, I really like 6'6", 230.
Oh, word.
See what I'm talking about? See what we talking about?
He been doing that for years. Him and Shaq. You know how many times him and Shaq done calls? Oh man, he gonna do this. He's that. And then they boys show up hyped and they leave with they heartbroken, sad, mad at Ron and Shaq. Like, what the hell you get me into?
Spalding.
Hey, Mr. Max. Hey, you know my man Drake. You.
Oh, you heard me say Bob?
No, I don't.
Okay.
He ain't Sack.
Yeah, he was with the Kings organization. He from out there. We used to play together.
What's his name?
Drake Yu.
No, that don't sound familiar.
Hey, Ron, salute to y'all for that content, though, man. You and J Rob out there in those streets, man. That's real, bro. Y'all need to check out those videos, man. Y'all ain't looking at them videos, and that's not right. Them dudes out there putting out great content.
That was cool. Yeah,
they interviewing these people, Ron. Y'all did a real great job. Tell y'all that, man.
We got another one dropping soon, real soon. Y'all gonna love this one, boy.
Hey, wait. Hey, Ticket, what he say about Dale?
He said you ain't gonna do that to Dale, nigga. You heard what he said.
Man, I've been caught, man. Hey, Dale not here, so I don't want to make it seem like I'm talking shit. So I ain't gonna bring it up. But Dale not ready though. Dale too little. Dale ain't big enough,
though.
We're gonna see PC weekend. Mr. No Name 96 said, "Send Herro to the Nets."
Let me text the group chat and say I'm just playing.
Send Herro to the Nets, Dame to the Heat, and Ben plus picks to the Blazers. We'll call it a day.
I just got the report just now. Blazers said they ain't doing no deal right now. I don't know if that's true or not. They said they waiting this out. I think if they do him,
like they should.
Let me ask you again. I'm gonna ask y'all, if they do him like they did KD. And mass push for this last year. Mass push for this. Do Dame show up and play if they do him like this?
Yes.
And say, yo, we ain't trading.
Of course,
yes. Yes, he'll show up. And the reason why he'll show up, because at the end of the day, Tiki, despite these guys having a bit of a quarrel, he's a professional. And Dame is not leaving none of that money on the table. And he doesn't want this to get ugly. And the Trailblazers don't want this to get ugly. They want this to work out for him. He wants this to work out for them. And if he show up to camp, I mean, and if we get all the way into training camp and this is still going on, he's going to show up, and he's not going to be one of these dudes that's going to make it ugly neither. Nah, he's going to show up.
Yeah, I agree. But Tiki, y'all remember? Well, all y'all remember a couple years ago when COVID and everything, RP George Floyd, when I was going down, and up here in Portland, the people rioted for about 4 months straight.
Mm-hmm.
You send Ben Simmons to Portland.
No,
they're going to have to board up some windows. They're going to have to board up some windows. I ain't going outside.
It's going to be
well, it's going to be bad because it's going to be bad because y'all got a point guard. I more so think that they trying to. This is what I think Portland's trying to do. I think they're trying to get rid of that big dude they got too. Nurkic.
They are. So I've been hearing that. Apparently, Portland feels like with any team that gets Dame has to take Nurkic.
Mm-hmm. Right. I mean, because that's just that. I mean, you got to get off that contract. Right. You got to get off that contract, and that's going to be the hard part. And so for you guys up in Portland, I think I'm gonna be honest with y'all, Ron. I think y'all gonna be nice in the next 3 or 4 years, bro.
That's why you got to move off Dame because they said
low key. If this boy the point guard, if he pan out to be what he's supposed to be, and they look, and you've already re-signed Jeremy Grant, so you start to build the pieces. You got Shaden Sharp, you got Nasir Little, you got Anthony Simons coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, I think Portland, like I said, me and Chilton talked, they always done good jobs, like putting crews together, bro. They ain't never been a team that just was putting trash crews together. They always put together good crews. You know what I'm saying? I think they're gonna do it. And if they trade Dame, they get a haul for him, Chilton. Oh, they gonna be nice. I know one thing, they're gonna be better than goddamn Rockets that Mars and Mavs be running around here. I know that much.
No, they won't be. No, they won't. Anyways, hey, Chilltown, I think there's a level of respect that Dame has for Chauncey where it won't get like that. And so he'll come to camp, he'll play. I think Chauncey is a great communicator. So behind the scenes, they're probably talking and chatting. And so, I mean, listen, I think as this is going on, I think the team and Dame, along with Chauncey, they're in constant communication to where it won't get like that. So I'm not worried about Dame not playing, bro. He's professional. I ain't worried about that.
Me neither.
His agent said otherwise. His agent said
he doing that. But he doing that ticket to create leverage, right? That's the only reason why he's doing it. He ain't doing that because Dame is actually going to be that. Nah. Right. And plus, like I said earlier, we've seen guys, quote unquote, disgruntled guys get traded to teams and not be happy. But eventually, we'll get over it because that's part of the business.
Mm-hmm.
I feel you.
Moving along, fellas. I got a couple members that I want to shout out.
Turn your mic up, host. Turn your mic up so we can hear you, host.
Really mute that shit, bro. We don't need you, bro. Out of here.
Yeah.
Here we go.
That's insane. K Breezy became a member.
What up, Breezy?
King Laroon?
Mm-hmm. That's what it sounds like.
Hey, appreciate you, bro. Thanks for becoming a member. Wootage 84. Appreciate you for becoming a member. AJ Prolific. Good looking, my guy.
Yes, sir.
Whoever this is right here, appreciate you for becoming a member. You look like you
might be my ass, man.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
They call me Mr. Mask, man.
Mm-hmm. You know I'm controversial, Chilltown. Everywhere I go.
That's what we do here. So that's what we do around here.
May T became a member. Appreciate you. And then KJ Prolific dropped a super chat on us. He said, "Ticket is Dame the first option or Jimmy?"
Caleb Martin.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man.
I think Jimmy Butler. I think he would play off Dame, and then I do. I think he would play off of him, and when it was time for him to step to the front, I think he would do that. But I think he would play more off Dame than the other way around.
And Dame is the one taking the last shots, though, the big shots at the end, the final shots.
Yeah, he's a better shot maker.
Yeah, I tell you one thing though, he ain't gonna be shooting that shit like he was shooting against Paul George with Miami.
He is not shooting 37-footers. That's not happening.
Guarantee he ain't shooting that shit no more like that.
If it go in, he gonna be standing on that table like D Wade.
Well, the reason why he's not gonna be doing that is because he's gonna get a lot better shots in that offense. Because that offense isn't tailored for a guy that's just ball dominant.
Right.
Like if you
he could have got a better shot then too, though. He just dribbled the clock out.
Yeah, that's all he did.
Yeah, I watched that shot again yesterday. Yeah, I was like, after y'all talked about it, I was like, dog. He really squeezed that thing. Bro, he not going to be pulling up like that with Miami. I'm talking about for the game.
Even if he practices that. Still, no. Mm-mm.
Drink More Water said to the Hoopers, how would you guys all describe your game? Chill, Ticket, Mars, Mass, Ox?
Thank you for including me.
If I played in today's game, if I was coming out of school today, the guys that I would be paying attention to is guys like Drew Holiday, Marcus Smart, Avery Bradley, guys like that. Because I'm thinking to myself, if I could survive them, I'm going to play 10 years. I'm going to play 12 years because that's what I do.
I would say.
Except I think I could score a little bit better than Marcus Smart. I think I was better. I think I could be a better scorer than Marcus Smart. But for the most part, those are the guys who I would be tailoring my game after.
I would say honestly, to keep it real, I'd have to play like a Draymond Green role, but on the block.
Eat it, Mars.
I got post work, but other than that, you know what I'm saying? That's my role right there. I'm the dirty work guy. Got to rebound and push the break. Guard their best player.
I'm gonna say Grant Williams. You know, a big who can shoot the long ball, corner three.
You kind of look like him too, by the way.
That's what they say, Chill. You know, play some okay defense. You know what I'm saying? And that's it, man. And be a pest. You know.
I'm gonna say 3 levels. I would say
you can't shoot.
Tobias Harris, like when he was with the Clippers. I'm gonna say Tobias when he was with the Clippers.
Tobias was nasty with the Clippers too. I just want to say that. I know. It seems like I'll be hating on Tobias, but Ticket, if you got Tobias game with the Clippers, bro, that's cold.
Shoot the 3 big time, post up and mid range, face up. Yeah, Tobias. I'm not gonna come out here and say nothing stupid and lie. I like Tobias Harris game when he was with the Clippers. You know what I'm saying? I value his game. I don't think that he's trash. A lot of people just say he's trash, and I don't think he's trash. I like his game. I just think he's had to take a big back seat because of who he's playing with in the system that he's playing in. But I think Tobias Harris could play, bro. When you put up 19 and 20 in the league for like almost 8 years, you ain't trash, bro. You ain't trash. Especially when most of those teams were winning teams that you were playing on.
Mars, who does your game resemble?
To be
I'm gonna tell you who Mars is.
No, to be humble, imagine Jokic with Giannis' athleticism. And that's somewhat in the realm of where I am. Just imagine. Just to be a bit humble. I don't want to be a bit too arrogant. So just to be humble. That's like the floor. That's like the floor of what I am.
I'll tell you, you know who Mars is, bro. You know who Mars is, man.
Who is it?
Mars is got daggone. Mars is what Raymond Felton was when he was playing with D'Antoni? With the Mavs. Nah, with the Mavs.
Damn. Don't even get D'Antoni Raymond Felton. That's crazy.
You're Raymond Felton. But you got all the smarts. You got all the wits. You know what I'm saying? Oh no, you know what? You Kyle Lowry, dog.
No, Mars gives me a Earl Boykins kind of vibe.
You think I'm 5'5"?
Yeah. How tall are you, Mars?
6'11".
You're not 6'11", Mars. We already got to the bottom of that.
6'11". Your shoulders
all right, man. Hey is gonna hate.
Your head too small to be 6'11".
How tall is Mars though? Is Mars like what, 5? Mars, you gotta be like 5, 6, 7.
Nah, he ain't even that big, yo. No, he ain't, Ticket.
Facts. I'm 5'2". I'm like Muggsy.
See, a little dude. I told you, Earl Boykins. There you go.
I'm Muggsy Bogues.
No, I'm dead serious. He's only like 5'2".
Yeah, Mars a little dude, Joe.
My bad, Mars, man.
I'm standing up right now. I'm standing up right now. Like I know this is Trevor, but I'm standing up.
Ron, do y'all know what I look like standing beside Mars? That shit wouldn't even be fit, man. My bad, Mars, man.
As tall as you, Ticket.
Huh?
Ticket's like 5'4". Like don't let him trick you.
Man, y'all cut this out, man. Hey, Mars, man, you killed my guy, man. You've been cooking them dudes, Mars.
He is small. You can't smack Mars in his head.
Chuck the Boo Boo became a member. Appreciate you, my dog.
Chuck, what up, brother? Welcome to the show.
Invasion Alert 77 said Grant Williams to the Mavs. Not a sexy player, pause, but what we need. PJ Washington plus any of Gafford, Zubac, Allen, Capella, and I'm happy with our offseason for once.
First of all, the Clippers ain't coming off of Zubac. That's number one. And number two, with getting Grant Williams, he gives you, with the addition of Thibault, now you get back some of that perimeter defense that you lost when you traded for Kyrie Irving. So that really helps you guys. Now, I still think that there's more that needs to be added because I still think that this kid Lively.
The Blazers matched Thibault's offer, by the way.
Oh, did they? Oh, yeah, I did not.
They lost Thibault. They lost Thibault.
Okay, so the Blazers matched it. So there still needs they still need to bolster that perimeter defense. But with Grant Williams, they get some of that back.
And shooting too, Chill, and perimeter shooting.
Hey, Ron, I got an announcement to make to everybody that's listening. I'm gonna send Ron $50 next month, and we're just gonna get it to one of the new members of the channel. So make sure y'all get the membership. If y'all get the membership between now and I would say the 1st of next month, we're gonna give out $50 to one of the new members. I'm gonna give Ron $50 to one of the new members of the channel. We're gonna do a raffle, and we'll give one of y'all $50. So make sure y'all get the membership, and Ron will get you guys. Everybody that's get the membership, y'all will automatically.
No,
we'll do a stream.
No.
What's up?
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing
Why not?
that.
Why not?
Ron, because I'm gonna match tickets 50 and drop another 50, make it 100.
All right.
Damn, Showtime, you have to do the same, no? You have to do the same.
Nope.
You gotta get the A. You guys gotta get the A. But
Nope.
you gotta get the A. You have to get the membership between now and the 1st of what, August.
August.
The 1st of August.
Today's episode, Kim?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that every month. Every month we'll have a different winner every month.
Word. That's dope.
So make sure y'all do that because that builds up our community. And listen, when y'all donate, that builds up all the stuff y'all see Ron and them doing. That's why I said, bro, listen, we get into it sometimes, but I appreciate all the work these guys put in. And y'all got to remember, Ron and them out there on the streets out here doing interviews. They out here going to these arenas, bro. So all y'all donations and stuff like that go to the channel, that help out with everything that PC trying to do. You guys got to remember that. So when y'all see that, Ron, we got the membership only and stuff like that, that's to encourage y'all to get the membership to support the channel, support what we doing. Y'all all talking about, oh, we want to see all y'all get together. Well, to be honest with y'all, we got to get the money raised up in our group in order to do all these different things that y'all want to see. So y'all make sure that y'all support that. That's why I said I'm going to put 50 on. I'm going to send Ron the 50 every single month, at least until the season start, to get our memberships to the next season start the NBA so that we good. You know what I'm saying? So Fluent's going to match me next month. You know what I'm saying? So that's 100 for one of you guys. Or we can get 50 to 2 different guys. You know what I'm saying?
What we're going to do, we're going to give 50 to 3 different people because Ticket, you're going to put up 50. Fluent, you offer to put up 50, which is great. And now I'm going to take it out of Mars' paycheck and give it to
Mars, we need the whole
I'll get 50.
3 people.
Mars, we
I
need the
love
whole
it.
something.
Mars got voluntold.
That's crazy.
But hey, and look, you can't wait till the last day.
We need
you can't wait till the last day to get it.
ESPN. You don't want to lay off a bunch of people.
Hey, Ron, you can't wait till the last day to get it either. What you got to do is between now and the next 2 weeks, you got to have it. So within those next 2 weeks, going up until the next month, we'll pick the winners to get the money to, and Ron will pick the winners. Or we'll do a raffle, and Ron will pick the winners on the show. So make sure y'all get the membership, so y'all know who gets picked and everything like that. So like I said, man, it's just to encourage each other, man. So and then the memberships ain't that much, y'all. Bro, y'all paying all this money for cable, all this money for all this different stuff. The membership is $1. And Elder just said he'll match 100. Shout out to Elder. Elder just said he'll match 100. So shout out to Elder. So this is the community that everybody's been building, man. And we trying to get back to y'all too. Y'all supporting us. I feel that in my heart. Like we gonna get back to y'all and support y'all. So some of the memberships is only what, $1.99, $2.99, $3.99. I don't know what the levels is, but I've seen some of the cats with those memberships. Man, y'all make sure y'all do that and support the channel. You know what I'm saying? That's real talk. So yeah, we got y'all. We gonna hold y'all down, man.
All right, y'all. Yeah, that's $250, including Elder, Ticket, Fluent, and Mars's contributions. That's gonna be major.
Anybody want to make it an even 300?
Yeah, if y'all bring me on
Make
more
it an
often,
even 200 and get me off here. What are you
hey,
talking about?
I enjoy this platform a lot, man. If y'all bring me on more often, Ron, I'll match 52, man. Make it even 300.
Okay. We're gonna start making some things happen.
Y'all got some incentives to get the memberships, baby.
For real. Keeping it pushing, back from the top. Alan R said Kings and Celtics finals.
No.
What year?
Well, which year is it not going to be, Tone?
It ain't going to be this one.
Let's get to the bottom of that right now.
Theo Holmes said, is there an episode where you guys talked about which players should have their jerseys retired or have statues and who shouldn't?
It's not a whole episode. We spoke about it, like with Melo in Denver and KG in Minnesota and stuff. We spoke about it, but it's not like a whole episode.
Which I'm still haven't gotten a satisfactory answer on why. I understand that Kevin Garnett had an issue with the management, but they got new management now. They got a new owner up there. Why that dude jersey ain't hanging in the rafters? He should
He
be a
don't
statue
deserve
of
it,
him
man.
outside. There should be a statue of him outside the arena.
You know why? You know why?
A-Rod's up
It's,
there, too.
it's because they think like me, where no one's number and no one should get a statue. But also, it's the way that you leave. Vince Carter should have a statue not only in front of the Raptors stadium. He should have a statue in Ottawa. That's the capital of Canada, because he really brought basketball to a whole damn country.
Right.
He should have his number. If anyone's going to have a number retired in a statue, it should be a guy who brought the game to an entire country. And so, but the way that he left, right, left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. And so I think the same thing with KG. So I think that's why you've seen the.
Here's the problem with that, though.
It might not
Tone.
be satisfactory, but that's your answer.
So here's the thing, though, Tone. Even though he left a bad taste in their mouths, can we get over that now? Because it doesn't diminish what he did, though.
Hey, you heard me. I said it right to his mother. Right? You and I on Fluent and
Yes.
Chill had Vince Carter's mom on, and I
Yes,
said
we did.
right to her, all is forgiven. We are
Yes.
cool. So
Get over it.
we're cool, but everybody
Let's
else
get that
needs to
jersey
know
up in the
it.
rafters. Let's knock it
Hold on,
off.
hold on.
yo.
But do you feel the same way about Carmelo in Denver, then, chump?
Yeah. Yes. Carmelo
Okay.
should give him some love.
Okay. Now we cool. Now we cool.
Okay.
I'm
I
about
won't
to
give
tell
him
you.
any love. I won't give him any love, but Denver should. Yes.
You won't fit to go to that levels of hate. I'm about to say.
I won't. I won't.
I mean, jersey retired.
Hey,
The
shout out
statue
to
of
Blast
Carmelo.
Mr. P
Hell no.
with the membership, man.
No statue in Denver.
They getting the
No,
membership
we ain't
now.
doing that. We're not doing that, Moss. No, we're not. We ain't going that far. No.
You said jersey retired.
I'm cool with that.
Yes, no statue
we,
for Carmelo.
No, we
Yeah,
ain't
no
going that
statue.
far. No.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I'd like instead of statues? Because like there's only so many statues you can put up in front of a thing. Like I know it's football, but I hate that the Philadelphia Eagles have a statue of Doug Peterson and Nick Foles. But they should do like the Hollywood Walk of Fame, where it has like the sidewalk thing, and they have like a plaque in their honor and their handprints. I would be okay with that. So as you're walking up to the stadium, you could see all the all-time greats.
You
and
mean
not
like
have these
you
some of
mean
those
like-
statues are ugly. Some of those
You mean like
statues
what
are
the
ugly.
Houston Rockets have with Olajuwon?
Is that what
If they don't have a
Oh,
statue of Olajuwon outside
love
the
it.
arena, they got a big ass plaque.
Love it.
But if you go into the arena, chill in Houston, they have a big wall of all the greats.
Yeah, I love that.
Like
Just like the
Calvin
numbers.
Murphy.
I don't like
Moses
All of
Malone.
them. It's a big wall.
I don't like the
T-Mac,
numbers
yeah,
retired,
Calvin,
but I like
Ralph,
the Ring of
Hakeem, all
Honor
there.
around the arena.
Hey,
I love
let
that.
me
That's for me.
address this. Let me address this. Lamont Lane. You can use
Why?
GP, whatever it is that you use for people voices, or whatever you want to use. You can make as many videos saying on ticket you was capping for Dame. Yes, I was a Dame Dollar fan. Yes, I supported Dame Dollar. I've said this 1,000 times. The reason why, and yes, I had no problem with Dame Dollar. You understand what I'm saying? If he got traded to a team for a star player. I have a problem with super teams. That is the problem that I have. I don't like players on super teams. So if you're trading him for Bam or for Jimmy, I'm cool with that. I have a problem now when you're putting him with those other 2-star players. The same thing with the Bucks. It's not like he's going to play with all the 2 stars or 3 stars over there. No, 2 of them dudes got to go. So put it in context, bro. It's not like I'm a person that, I'm now mad. No, I don't like Dame, and I've always been at this point now, and I've always been consistent.
Jersey retirements.
I've always hold on, Fluid, because I seen the messages now. I've always been consistent. I've always been consistent with how I've judged the players. I follow players based off their mentality. Y'all know this about me. This is why I talk about Kobe the way I do. This is why I give AI his props. This is why I talk about certain other players in NBA history who went through the ground like Reggie Miller and other guys I told y'all I like. So that's just my mentality. When you show me something different, then I'm going to show you something different. So you can try all your little devious devil stuff that you do, Lamont. That don't work on me. I need you to try to make 100 videos and never talk about my name again and see how you do, because I don't have to talk about you ever again to do numbers. Go ahead.
Speaking of numbers, so there's 100 possible numbers you can wear, 100 possible jersey numbers you can wear, right? Not even. Actually, there's less, because there's 99 you can't wear, 69 you can't wear, but you can wear 0 and 00. So there's about 99, 100-ish numbers. Do you know that the Boston Celtics have 25 retired numbers? This is why I'm telling you, you got to stop retiring numbers. They're going to get to a point they have no numbers left. Then what?
You said 25.
Yeah, they have
They just wear decimals.
Well, then that's
Just wear
40.
decimals.
That's
You
40.
can't do decimals.
So
No, they're gonna
42.
have to.
They can't.
Okay,
Fractions or something.
First and foremost, let's not
Could you
overrate.
imagine what's your number? I'm quarter. No, you can't.
Let's not overrate the Boston
0.25.
Celtics, because in the last 40 years, Kevin Garnett is the last person to get his jersey retired with the Boston Celtics. Before him, it was Robert Parrish.
And what number does Jason Tatum wear?
0.
So that's getting retired.
In another 10
Hold on.
years.
If Jalen Brown wins, what number is he? If they win a title,
7.
So that number's getting retired. Like, I'm just telling you, like,
Don't
Long
forget
retire
Chris.
number
Hey,
36
Fluent.
as well.
Don't forget Chris. Stop.
yeah, Porzingis.
Easy, big ox.
And you know, and you guys are
Easy.
capping for LeBron's number to get retired in LA because every Finals MVP, with the exception of 2, has their number retired. So what if
two
someone
Finals
is that?
MVPs?
What?
What 2 Finals MVPs in LA that don't have their number retired?
No. There's only 2. No, there's only in NBA history. There's only 2.
What 2?
I think Iggy doesn't have
Mhm.
his number retired
Right.
and there's I can't remember the second one. There's
His
another
jersey's
one.
getting retired too, by the way.
Okay, well, and there's one more. Shoot,
Jokic,
it's not-
Giannis, Steph,
it's not Cedric Maxwell.
Jojo White. Jojo White have his number retired.
Yes, he does.
Um,
Jojo White does have his number retired. I have to look it up. I forget who the other one was, but I had this with Nick Wright. So there's 2. It's him and Kawhi Leonard in Toronto. Those are the only 2 Finals MVPs that don't have their numbers retired.
Is Kawhi going to get retired in Toronto?
I
Yes.
doubt it. I doubt it.
That's
He
the
only
difference.
played one
Kawhi's not retired yet, so
That's the
Yeah,
difference.
well, that's true.
But once he retires,
Once he retires,
because
yeah.
Go ahead.
Cleveland haven't retired LeBron's number, so I guess.
But
that's
my
enough.
point,
Hold
my
on, but
point
when
is
he beat
this.
up-
My point,
well-
my point is this: if Iggy, so like Jay says, if Iggy's number is going to get retired, if Kawhi's number is going to get retired, that'll mean that every Finals MVP. So what happens if someone other than Jalen Brown or Jason Tatum wins a Finals MVP for Boston? They're going to get retired too. Like
Nah, but
how many
Fluent,
numbers?
but
Yeah,
Fluent,
Chris
my
stop.
question is
Fluent. I
Fluent.
said Chris stop
Can
already.
Can you get your number retired? Will he be the only one in NBA history to play one season with a team that got his number retired?
That's
Yep.
fine. He's
Can
just
you?
that
Yes.
good, Ticket. He's just
But
that good.
has anyone ever? I don't think so.
No, they haven't, but he'll be
Yeah.
the first.
I don't see
Norm,
that. I don't.
Norm Glicky should have his number retired.
Damn.
Y'all don't know who he is. I know.
I don't.
Only
casual, that's
Kawhi
crazy.
could do that.
Norm Glicky is the only person who ever played an NBA game who was an actual plumber. So when you say it was full of plumbers, he was the one and only. Yeah,
Oh, you told us about that guy.
Yeah, they got to
Played
retire.
in like 1950 or something.
Yeah, 1954, one game for the Celtics.
Did he play well?
He didn't win the Finals MVP. I bet you that.
He didn't win the Finals MVP.
No, he didn't.
Zero
He
points,
Yeah, it
can't
didn't
retire
exist.
jersey.
If it did exist, maybe.
Bro, my God, what's his name? Fluent Norm Glicky.
Normie Glicky. Yeah.
Rom, I got Norman Glicky to give you about 45.
Hey, is that the thing? Do y'all value the championship over the time with an organization? Like, for example, if you spent most of your career with the organization and you broke a lot of records, but somebody like Kawhi comes in and plays 1 year and wins a chip, like basically with a good team already, is that more valuable to the organization?
Ticket. I think Toronto will value Kawhi over DeMar, but not over Vince.
When it's the only championship in the
No,
organization's
that's-
history, I mean,
Is it
that's
opposite?
actually-
Fluent? Is it opposite?
It's the opposite. I think Toronto values like DeMar over Kawhi, even though because DeMar was the first like star player. I don't want to say
why
he
would you
wasn't a superstar, but
value Jamal?
he because I'll tell you why. He was the first star player
He was
to
a
be,
rental.
drafted
loss.
by Toronto and then loved Toronto, re-signed with them. Right when the other guys, like, don't forget there was a history of like Damon Stoudemire being like getting drafted and be like, I want out. Vince Carter
Bosh.
drafted, I want out. Tracy McGrady, yeah, I was drafted by you guys, but I want to go home to Orlando. I'm out. Chris Bosh, I'm out. That was the theme. Like they draft a guy, they'd get good, and then they'd leave. And so DeMar was the first one who's like, no, this has become my home. You were the guys that gave me a chance. I love this city. That's why it hurt. Even though they won the chip, there's still people like, man, I wish they could have found a way to win it with DeMar because we love him so much. So I think Toronto, as a city, values DeMar over Kawhi. Yeah.
Hey,
even though Kawhi brought the chip, I think it's still DeMar.
Breaking news: Mass, you guys just made a big splash in free agency. You guys just signed to a 1-year deal, Aaron Holiday. Congratulations.
That rivals Golden State getting Corey Joseph right there.
That's the wrong Holiday.
Man, y'all stacking the deck, Mars.
Well, what can I say, man? If you want to win, that's what you got to do now. We have to get a Holiday.
Yeah, so with this edition, Mars, are you now officially a super team? Is that what we're doing right now?
Super team. I think you might have to call us a super team. I mean,
this is what I'm talking about. This is unbelievable.
When you have Aaron Holiday,
Green,
Jeff Green, and Jalen Green. Jesus Christ,
Corey Dillon. From here? If you ask Corey Dillon, he'll probably tell you they are a super team.
I think that might make us championship favorites, to be honest.
I mean, let's make it official, Mars. Y'all winning it.
I think we might have to. I think we have to now with this acquisition.
I'm sorry. Okay, Ron.
Jeremiah Smith with the super chat said, "Talk about what Kristaps did in the 2020 postseason."
He got hurt.
About it. Yeah, he got hurt. If he doesn't get hurt, I think they beat the Clippers.
Yeah, but he was playing well before he got hurt.
He was.
The Clippers had no answer for him.
None. Kicking Mars' ass.
And then he came back. Hold on. But y'all logic don't work then, because he came back next year and played the strippers and got his ass ran out of there. He played the whole series.
They still wasn't using them correct though, Ticket.
Hold on. Hold on? You had the same coach, the same system, the same everything, the same team, and you played against the same team. How?
It doesn't work that way. You know that.
Oh, I don't want to hear that. What's the excuse?
It doesn't work that way.
Y'all got a whole bunch of excuses, man. Y'all got a whole bunch of excuses, man. They played the same. They had the same team. They played against the same team, literally the same team. What's his production fell off?
Did they lose to Dallas again?
They lost in the first round to the Clippers in 7 games.
Lost both times.
And Luka almost won the series by himself when Porzingis wouldn't show up, and everybody was criticizing Porzingis because he's playing like trash, and he fell apart.
And that was still a time, Ticket, when they were still trying to figure out what the role was. Now, don't get me wrong.
No, he had the role the year before.
No, he didn't have the role.
Just so you know,
when he was balling because he was a ball player, but that doesn't mean that the role was established because he still was up and down. It wasn't like he just walked in the door and he was nice. No, he was having a really difficult time with Luka, trying to figure out what his role was. Do you want me to come off the bench? Not to come off the bench. Do you want me to play pick and pop? Do you want me to play on the block? Do you want me to play on the long ball line? So it's a whole bunch of things that they was trying to figure out. And then going into the next season, that still was going on. That was still going on. So it wasn't like they had already gotten that established and okay, now we got to figure it out and they just choked. No, that still was going on and it moved into next season, Ticket.
And don't forget, Luka's usage rating went up the next year too. He became
that now he ain't even getting involved in the nearly as much.
Yeah, he became more ball dominant.
More excuses, man. More excuses, bro. Y'all get that man y'all do this shit because y'all hate me. So anything
it's not about excuses, nigga. Here we go with the conspiracy logic.
I said I like Luka.
We are not trying to get
I like Porzingis.
We are not trying to get you jammed up. That is not true. That is not true. That is not true. I've been told you how I feel about Porzingis going to the Boston Celtics. I'm an advocate of that. However, what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to sit up here and lie about what he wasn't doing.
Man, so I don't want to hear no excuses this year when his ass is out there looking like trash and y'all talking about, well, they ain't getting no raw. I don't want to hear no excuses. None. Because Bob stood up here and said they picked to win the chip.
Favorites. Boston in 6.
That was before you knew about the Aaron Holiday signing, though. So maybe
Aaron Holiday signing might
that
might derail my whole.
Yeah, that might. That's throwing me up.
The next two, Ron. Now I guarantee you, the next super chat you put up, whatever I say, this chump ass Chill Town gonna say the opposite. Him and Fluent is gonna be on the same page. It don't matter what I say, Ron. Ron, it don't matter what I say. They're gonna say the opposite.
Ron, pull up the super chat. Let's see. I need to see this.
John Ton said the Celtics' identity at their best, 2022 playoffs, was their defense. Throwing that away with these recent trades will only lead to less success.
Their defense hasn't taken a hit, though. I don't think defense takes a hit. They still got guys there to protect the rim, and we rely on Jason, Tatum, and Jalen to play perimeter defense. And Smart, I mean not Smart, but White and Brogdon. I don't think their defense has taken a hit.
But Marcus Smart was
their defense did take a hit because Marcus Smart and their defense did take a hit because you lose Marcus Smart, who was arguably your best defensive wing, and then you lose one of your most versatile defenders in Grant Williams. So their defense 100% took a hit.
Yeah, but hold on though, because we all know that Grant Williams' production and minutes went way down this year. So I mean, come on now, right?
And that might be one of the reasons why they weren't as successful in the playoffs as they could have been.
I believe in addition by subtraction. Again, I know I'm on my own with this one. I think their defense gets way better without Marcus Smart. That's just me. But go ahead.
Jason the Kid said, "Mass is easy work. He just chatting."
I know, Jason. Hey, Jason. When you've been in the NBA locker room, bro, or been interviewed by NBA team, bro, come talk to me, man. I've done that before, bro. You haven't. Next.
Imagine he has done that. That'd be
Next.
embarrassing.
Pimp named Slickback said, "Can't ignore the injury history of Porzingis, though,
or of Malcolm Brogdon neither, or of Robert Williams neither. So it ain't like it's just him. It's all of those
Robert
guys.
Williams out here playing 40 games, Chilltown, 40 on a regular basis, and this man sitting up here talking about the defense got better. Malcolm Brogdon on an average playing 45 games, but he talking about the defense got better. Kristaps Porzingis had his best season last year on the worst team in the league, one of them. But they over here glazing this dude like all of a sudden he gonna come over here and it's gonna be the defense is gonna be on the same level. Man, they got a lot of things they got to worry about over here, bro. They got a lot of things defensively they got to worry about. That's facts.
Invasion Alert 77 said, "As a Mavs fan, Ticket is right.
OG
KP got out rebounded by guards for the Clippers. He was struggling to post up 6'2" point guards, hitting fades, and gave up. He's soft."
Come on, bro, but they capping on me. But that's a Mavs fan telling y'all this. But these dudes coming here like Grill Town every single day. Him and his buddy Fluent. I don't know what the hell they at. They gonna be on tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, capping their ass off like they always do. The hell wrong with these two suckers? But they'll tell y'all this shit against me. But you have a real Mavs fan coming here and tell you what they saw, and these two buffoons will still go against me. It's sad, bro. It's a dirty world out here, man.
That wasn't no Mavs fan. That was a Luka Doncic fan, and they're saying that to big up Luka Doncic.
Conspiracy is on, Tiki. We out to get you, brother, and we gonna get you. I'm telling you, we gonna get you.
On to the next. We got some more members. Cameron Brown, shout out to him. Wooji World, shout out to him. Retro Neon, Aladar, a familiar face in the chat. BMW, another familiar face in the chat. Dev, Jeremiah Smith, appreciate all of y'all.
Racking them up.
Word, come through.
Derek White with the super chat says, "Seeing a video."
Derek who?
Derek Washington.
Okay.
My bad. I keep thinking of how good Derek White's going to be this season.
Just want to make sure.
Yeah. All right. Derek Washington says, "Seeing a video of Braun coaching, I'm just now realizing his playing career is almost over. So question, whose 20 years flew by too fast? Kobe's or LeBron's?"
I don't think neither of them flew by, but
too fast.
Yeah,
but,
I don't think either of them flew by.
I wish we could have saw Kobe B. Bryant play a full 20 years healthy and at his best. But I mean, they're both great players. I mean, 20 years in the league, man, that's a blessing. I mean, that's awesome. But we saw good years, right, Chill? I mean, we saw a lot
20 years, man. I wish he was still here, yo.
Yeah,
I'm starting to get emotional thinking about this, man. I wish he was still here.
Man.
He should still be here. There's some bullshit, that he ain't around no more.
Hey, chill. I'm a Rockets fan, right, bro? But man, my favorite player of all time.
I'm sorry, I'm cussing, but that's some bullshit that he ain't around no more, man. For real.
My guy is Kobe, man. Kobe is the reason why I live again with the way I do, man. I'm a Rockets fan, but my player of all time is Kobe Bean Bryant. Hands down, period.
I'm sorry.
So he should be here. But I mean, both guys, 20 years. I mean, it's a blessing.
That was some bullshit, yo. That dude should still be here, man. He should.
Sorry, I'm gonna jump in and say, because 20 years is 20 years. So when you say which one flew by, they honestly they both flew by. But Kobe being gone, and I'm gonna try not to get like chill and get emotional. Kobe being gone is we lost something that most people don't even realize that we had, right? If you watch what Kobe was doing after basketball, right, for the WNBA, for remember those highlight series where he would break down tape and show people like the education of the game.
We got robbed of all of that.
Dude won an Oscar. Do you know what he would have done for sports in general, not just basketball, but WNBA? He was going to be that voice, that face. I can only equate it to he's the sports version of what we lost with Pac, right? Pac was going to be the voice of young black men and an activist and change the way people looked at everything. Kobe was going to do that for sports. And we lost that. So I'm going to try not to get emotional because you all know how I feel about Kobe. But that's what we lost with Kobe. And that's why I think, when you say whose time do we miss more, they both flew by. 20 years goes by faster than you think. But that's who I'm going to miss more now because he's gone. Because he's gone.
I'll take that as a moment of silence for the great Mamba. All right, we'll try to transition and move on as best as we can. Alan R said, "Bro thinks they got Mr. Miyagi in the locker room.
They got a better leader. They got Marcus Smart a better leader than y'all get to do credit for. He is, man. And when you got a vet like that been around that crew, a crew like that for that long, because remember he showed up in I think 2015. He showed up in 2015. Brown showed up in 16. Tatum showed up in 17. I think Robert Williams showed up in 19. So these dudes basically grew up together, right? So in the process of these dudes growing up together, they build they build a certain chemistry. They build a certain camaraderie. I mean, Mr. Moss, here, Houston guy. So he knows about when Olajuwon played all them years with Otis Thorpe and playing with Vernon Maxwell and Kenny Smith and Bullard and Mario Elliott.
Don't forget
what they built there. Everybody talk about them Houston Rockets teams like, Hakeem Olajuwon didn't have any help. You cannot discount the importance of building a unit and these dudes staying together for as long as they stay together and having a leader like that, man. That's a big deal.
Showtime.
Last time I checked, last time I checked, though, who's the new coach in Houston?
Ime Udoka.
And where did Marcus Smart play under?
Ime Udoka.
So why is he there other than obviously his defensive tenacity and his leadership? He's going to be a voice in the locker room beside the coach.
Marcus is
right?
in Memphis, all right?
Yeah, Smart's not.
Am I talking about the wrong player? My bad. Move on. I'm still emotional over Kobe.
Well,
I'm still crying because of Kobe. I got tears in my eyes. Move on.
The one thing that me and you do agree on is that I think Marcus Smart, he's the one guy who can get on Jason and Jalen, meaning that they can talk and he can point out their flaws, offensively and defensively. Other than that, I don't see any intangibles that this. I know this is just me. I don't think he is what you say he is. I don't see it. I don't see it.
Houston should trade Van Vliet for Marcus Smart. That's
Jill, in light of that last super chat, who out of all your time watching basketball, who would you say is the closest thing to Mr. Miyagi in the locker room?
The closest thing to Mr. as a player, a leader. A guy that's just
a dude that you just drop in the locker room and you just instantly know he getting the troops in line and everybody's ready to go to war.
Udonis Haslem.
AC Green.
Charles Oakley.
Definitely Oakley.
Xavier McDaniel.
Not ahead of Charles. Not ahead of
yeah.
But guys like that. But if you dropping a dude like that in the locker room, for a fact that dudes is going to get in line because this is immediately he garners that respect. He garners that understanding that, we got this dude. So, yeah, I'm thinking AC Green. He's one of them because AC Green, he holds the record for the most games played consecutively in NBA history. If you got a dude like that in your locker room that every day I know this dude going to be here, you have no choice but to respect that. Because I know that every day this dude is going to show up and he's going to do his job. That's a professional right there. And these dudes get in line with stuff like that. So I think AC Green.
And MJ too, chill. MJ Jordan had that same type of You know what I'm saying? Or about him.
Well, when your best player, I think that goes without saying. When your best player is coming to work a day and he playing the hardest in practice, he going the hardest in practice. I mean, forget the games. Just to do your best player playing the hardest in practice, showing up every day, going the hardest in practice. I mean, it's hard not to fall behind that. You have to.
I agree.
Hey, and I know we were just talking about him, and for what it's worth, I'm gonna talk about Kobe Bryant every day of the week, all day. If I could, I would. But Psycho Yamba, who just became a member, said Kobe to be fair, and I think he can go on that list as well, for better and for worse.
Bean was an acquired taste. Bean was one of those guys that if you didn't love the game, you wasn't going to be able to make it around him. You had to love the game in order to be around him. You wasn't just one. If you was just one of them dudes that just showed up to work and did your job and bounced, that wasn't going to be good enough. Like you had to dig the game.
For worse though, because it's like he almost is gonna exile the guys that really aren't really all in. So it's like if you're not all in, go somewhere else then.
Yeah.
Be the G said, any of y'all gonna be in Vegas for Summer League?
No.
I'm not going to be there, no.
I'm actually catching a flight first thing in the morning. I'm thinking about going and catching Chet and Brandon Miller tomorrow. I heard like the day passes are like 70 or something like that. So more than likely, I'm going to be in the building. I'm going to go check out Wemby live.
That Spurs game is already sold out.
Is it?
Because
I'm sure Wemby and Chet, yeah.
I think it's Wemby and Brandon Miller.
If you do want to get your Wemby, if you want to get your Wemby gear pre-ordered, you can go to sportsfluent.com and click on the Fanatics tab right at the top of the page and get your Fluent discount on your Wemby gear or anything fantastic from Fanatics, your place for sports. Sportsfluent.com.
And I know this is the Summer League, and we don't really take the Summer League. A lot of people don't take the Summer League that seriously, but I can tell you, Brandon Miller looks like a fish out of water.
But like I said to Keegan Murray, it's Summer League. I'm not going to overreact, but I wasn't taking a number 2. So
he looks like a fish out of water.
I got an eye for talent. What can I say?
I agree with that, show. He looked confused with the NBA just terminology.
Game looks faster.
The speed, the physicality. He looked like he was unsure.
I was expecting better. I know it's early. It's still Summer League. It's 2 games in. But, man, I should have known better. Jordan liked him. Jordan drafted him. He knew he was going to be a dud.
Fire.
Yeah.
That's valid. Thank you.
Let's Debate Basketball said AD dropped 55 against Porzingis this past year.
He did.
So?
Okay.
Taquay White said, why are the Nuggets still the favorite? They lost 2 of their 8 rotation players and didn't make any major adds to fill what they lost. They got worse.
Who said
they're not the favorites, Taquay? They're not the favorites. Boston is.
Does anybody have?
They lost Bruce Brown. Who else did they lose? Oh, they lost George
Jeff
too.
Green.
Jeff Green. I'm sorry. That's what they lost. They lost Jeff Green.
But they brought back DeAndre Jordan
and Reggie Jackson too. Don't leave that out.
Exactly.
Yeah, they gave it. Yeah,
they also lost
Bruce
Brown.
I think the Bruce Brown losing is big, but they got Braun. I think Braun can step in during the season and get those minutes and get that more experience. So I think Braun steps in and gives them what Bruce Brown gives them. Enough to get it done. So to me, they're fine, man. They're fine.
Billy Zambidis said, Ox, Smart and Williams gave Giannis the most problems because of their antics. Now they only got an old Horford.
Because of their antics? What do you mean? Like flopping and shit like that?
It's not flopping. Giannis just runs over people.
That's not true.
I don't know what he means by that.
No stuff. Robert Williams and Horford was lengthy at the rim and made Giannis finish over the top, and he couldn't do it consistently in Game 7. Marcus Smart had nothing to do with Giannis when they beat him. Nothing.
Grant Williams did though.
Yeah, but not Smart though.
Yeah, I agree.
Grant Williams had more effect when that day. What did he shoot? 18 threes that game?
He made 7.
The game where he made like 7, yeah.
And since Mr. Miles being a Rocket fan,
but that's on the Bucks.
And me being me even though I dig Marcus Smart, but you being a Rockets fan, can you imagine like the Houston Rockets and Marcus Smart switching on to Olajuwon?
It's crazy. Yeah.
Can you imagine them like can you imagine them like actually trying to make that over? There's no way, like, because I'm watching Marcus Smart switch on to Joel Embiid.
Right.
I'm trying to imagine Marcus Smart switching on to Olajuwon and Houston going, okay, this is fine. We're not going to do anything about this.
That's because Joel Embiid is first team all bum.
Alan R says, so Ticket not going to praise JP next year when he's averaging 25 points per game on 30% from the field on a 10-win team. Bet. Say
Man, look,
superstar numbers. What are we talking
I don't think I don't think they're gonna win 10 games. I think they're gonna win way more than that. Hold on.
No,
I think Jordan Poole. I think they're gonna win more than that. So shut the hell up, nigga.
What's the over under like?
What's the over under on ticket? Washington 25 games. What's the over?
Hold on. What did they win this past year with the great Kristaps Porzingis? How many games they won?
Like 34.
Yeah, something like that.
They not winning more than 34.
Oh, hold on, Mars. Mars.
Not winning more than
right now.
They won 35.
They not winning more than 35.
Mars, I got them winning 36 games this year.
Hey, Picky, you don't got to do this, bro.
One win better. Facts.
All right, what's the bet, Ticket?
Hold on. You want to bet? You want to bet?
But I ain't rich like you though. So
no, I bet you 100. There ain't nothing. I bet you 100.
He ain't rich, Bob. He ain't rich, Bob. 36
games. So 36 games this year.
Bob only got don't take $100 bet from Bob. He only got $3.
He only had
payback
$3.
I'll
put that. You see, Fluent, that $3. That was a long time ago. I'll put that in an account. I got my account. I got my account to put that up. You know, high risk, high reward.
Was you able to flip? Was you able to flip that?
I'll put it.
I like your change, Bob.
I'll put it in one of those
change.
I like their team. I like their team with the point guard Tyus Jones, with Poole,
Jordan Poole,
Kuzma.
Mm-hmm.
I like that team. I like that young team. I think they can win 36 games.
But Tyus and Jordan
in the Eastern Conference, which has gotten tougher now.
No, it ain't.
I'd be surprised if they won 25.
They'll be bad on defense, but offensively, I think they'll stretch you out.
25, Chilton.
So
I'd be surprised if they won 25 games. I think they're going to be at the bottom of the East.
I'll give them 29.
I'm not going to watch many Wizards games, so
I'm not going to watch no Wizards games. But unless they're playing the Kings, I'm not watching the Wizards. But
yeah, I'm only going to watch them.
I can guarantee they don't win more than 28 games.
I'll start watching once they get to like 33. And then me and Ticket to start doing our countdown.
Yep.
What's this? You and Ticket gonna be doing a countdown to 28 games.
28.
Jordan Poole is gonna average more points than games they win.
All right.
Guarantee he gonna be, and he might average more shot attempts than games they win.
That's crazy.
He hating.
That's not far fetched. Jordan Poole can average 23 shots a game, and they could win 23 games.
All right. Hey, let me just ask y'all this one question. What y'all gonna say if Jordan Poole does win more games and he's the leader of that team? What y'all gonna say then?
He's not the leader of the team. It's Kyle Kuzma.
No, I'm saying if he is the leader of the team, I'm saying.
I'll give it up, Ticket. I will.
They do got some beautiful.
I'll 100% give it up. I doubt it though. I doubt it. I highly doubt that it's gonna happen.
I'm certain it will.
Ticket. They do got some beautiful women over there in DC. So
yeah, and then they got some. They got some that like they got hit by a freight train. But yeah, you're right. Hey, look. But hey, I'm telling you. Hey, I'm telling you, dog. Listen, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. They gonna win 36 games. Watch right there, y'all, bro. Them young boys gonna be running them old dudes on third night.
That's almost 500.
No, I'm saying they're gonna win 36. Nigga, they won 35 this past year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they had Kristaps and Bradley Beal.
Okay, cool. All right.
Wait. Ticket. Now I need to know if you start a franchise and you got the pick, but you only get to choose between Jordan Poole and Kristaps, you're taking Jordan Poole, right?
Bob, did you see what their starting lineup is?
Who's
Washington?
No, I'm saying, did you see what the Wizards starting lineup is going in?
No, what is it? What does it look like going into next season?
I just told you: Tyus Jones, Jordan Poole, Kyle Kuzma. They're probably gonna play Gafford at the 5. and at the 4,
they'll play Denny FD or Corey
Kyle
Kuzma.
Kuzma.
yeah, they'll play Denny. Hey, and I like Denny. Denny's nice. Y'all sleeping on him too?
I do like Denny.
Yeah,
Denny.
He's one prospect that I thought was going to be very good, and he hasn't panned out yet.
He better than
my eye for
Jordan
talent
Poole.
was a bit off there, but he broke his leg, so I'm giving him more time.
Hey,
He probably better than Jordan Poole, bro.
Who did they draft this year?
This year they drafted Bilal Koulibaly. Well, they drafted Jarvis Walker, but
That's the kid that was playing with Wemby, right?
Yeah.
He ain't gonna play much. Well, he's gonna play, but he ain't gonna like start.
So ticket. Where do you think Washington finishes this season? Like in what place?
Probably like the 10th seed, 11th.
Borderline
The 10th seed is the play-in team, just so you know, ticket.
Right.
So they're making the playoffs.
No, play in.
Okay, that's the
So
playoffs.
the play-in this year, 10th place was 41 wins, 5 more than you suggest. Do we need to go through the teams in the East? Like, you think they're better than?
Why am I spending so much time on this?
Hold on, name the team. Name the team, Floyd. Name the team.
Yeah, sure, I'll name it. Okay, are they better?
They're better than
Who is
Tom?
that?
We lost them.
The only team they're better than is Charlotte.
So as
That's
of today,
it.
ticket, are they better than Charlotte? Are they better than
Hey,
Charlotte?
hold on. Y'all,
I think Detroit's better than them, Mr. Mills.
Hold on, ticket. Let's stay with it, ticket. Are they better than Charlotte?
Yeah, yes.
Are they better than Detroit?
No.
Yep.
Are they better than Indiana?
No, hell no.
Are they? I'm listening, ticket. Go ahead.
I said no.
Are they better than Orlando?
Orlando, same.
Okay, so that leaves us with that's 9 teams right there. That leaves us with 9 more teams.
Keep going.
Let's see.
I think they're gonna be better than Toronto. I think Toronto's gonna fall off.
So they better than Toronto. That means they better than Chicago.
I think the Raptors with that new coach is gonna be trash. Watch what I tell you.
Are they better than Chicago?
Yes.
So they're a playoff team.
No, I'm just saying. No, I'm saying
because again, ticket. That's 6 teams, right? That's 6 teams. So they're not the playoffs. I'll take that back, ticket. They're at least a play-in team.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying I got them in the 10th.
Right. So I think you have them winning over 40 games. I think over under was 39.5. You're picking over if they're.
Bro, I think some of those other teams gonna get worse this year because I think they will get the hell beat out by the top teams in the East.
I think Washington wins 20. I think I'm being generous with them winning 25 games this year. I think they're gonna be winning. I think they're gonna be at the bottom of the East.
They always do you wrong because they start off quick, so they're gonna get a quick 14 wins of the season. They always do that. That's how they got to do something last year.
Yeah, Jordan Poole's gonna average more points than games they win for sure.
Y'all are some goddamn okay. That's cool. I ain't gonna say nothing wrong. We just rewind this tape. Put that shit on.
So Bob, you're saying that Jordan Poole's gonna average 40 points a game?
I'm saying Jordan Poole's gonna probably average like 27.
No, you said
it's gonna be so
more points
high.
than wins.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're probably gonna win like 23 games,
though.
24 games.
40 wins.
I'm after look, I gave him more credit earlier. I said what I said. I think I said 20, 28, 29. Chilltown just ran down the list, bro, and I'm struggling to know if they're even better than Charlotte if LaMelo's healthy and if Bridges is allowed to play. Charlotte's better than them. They're not better than Detroit. Like
I need to see KD be healthy.
Jaden Ivey would be the best player on the Wizards right now. Oh well, maybe Kuz. My bad, Kuz. But other
right,
like
brothers, we got to keep it pushing though.
Mm-hmm.
Corbin Van Bergen said Rockets pick up Jeff Green.
I like that pickup. I do like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Feeling that.
Uncle Jeff, veteran dude. Yeah, good pickup.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Jeff
Newton
Green.
with the super chat said, "Are we forgetting who De'Aaron Fox is?"
Nah, we wasn't. That was about a conversation that we was having a little bit.
I didn't know if that was a compliment to De'Aaron or not. So,
Marquivian Black said, "Peace to the panel. Rewatch last live. A lot of jewels."
Thanks, brother.
Those wasn't jewels. Those was cubic zirconias.
Cap Nemo said they make around $70K for 2 weeks of summer league.
Not bad.
So
is that true?
Not bad.
That doesn't sound right. That does not sound right.
That sounds kind of high, actually.
Yeah,
that's why I said not bad. Like, damn, 70 cash for 2 weeks. All right, $35,000 a week.
25.
Just playing in summer league.
That's what I was thinking. But this was a couple years ago. So, obviously with inflation and
Right.
the new CBA and all of that, it could make more. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Marquivian Black said, chill conversation. Ox clearly has Scotty bias. You have a Scotty bias?
But what's crazy about that is when I was talking about Scotty, when we was doing the Scotty Keegan, I into my mind, I started thinking about Scotty Pippen now.
No,
so sorry, we got to go back to that. We got to go back to that super chat. We got to go back to that super chat about the summer league. How many days? I don't know if anyone has a calculator. How many days do you have to play to make 70,000 when you get paid $136 a day for summer league? Because that's their pay.
Way more than that. Way more than that. That's how many.
Whoever put that, I believe the term that your kids use is cap.
Yeah, that's not true. Hey, Ron, I got to bounce, Ron. Hey, fellas,
right.
I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm not too, man.
Tone, I'll see you later.
You, everybody. Thank you, man.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Got a couple new members. Matic Monster. Khalifa Almeri. Bookie Allen. Savants X. Khalifa. Appreciate y'all for becoming members. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. And welcome to Player's Choice. Invasion Alert 77 said, damn, Ron, an hour and 30 minutes, no super chats. LOL. Mars, dub host.
Thank you.
Hey, well, if you want to see Mars as a dub host, tap in on Open Gym next. Or PC Footy on Mondays. Alfred Griffin said, not better than Randall. Mars.
No comment.
Nicholas Arroyo said, Jalen Green is Mars' Achilles heel.
Okay.
King the Ruth, that's what I'm gonna call you from here on out, with the open super stat. But I appreciate you sending some money through. A couple other members, Big Roan 20, MB Break the GOAT, Break the Great, Break the Great. Shout out to you, Roger J. Appreciate all y'all for tapping in. New members. We doing a giveaway. Y'all heard it earlier. King of Jers said, Ticket has some decent points, but he needs to stop repeating what he hears from these bogus sports outlets. Then
Ramona Shelburne is bogus, clown? Or did you hear that from Lamont Lane, who's always on my sack? Tell Lamont, since y'all love Lamont, right? Tell Lamont to go the rest of his life without making another video about me. I don't make any videos about him. Tell him don't talk about me, and I guarantee he won't get no views like he wasn't getting before he came over here and started cloud chasing PC.
There you have it. Alfred Griffin said, hey, chill. Do you think Dale Ellis, how do you think Dale Ellis would do in this era?
Since Chill isn't here, I'll tell you, he'd be great. He was a really good, efficient 3-point shooter, good size. He'd be nice. He'd be a nice guy off the bench.
Off the bench?
Yes, off the bench.
Interesting.
Cap Nemo said, I never said cash. I included hotel plus food in Vegas.
Yes, with hotel and food, the average NBA team spends around $6,500 to $7,000 for each summer league player. You added an extra zero, my friend.
Dorian Clayton said, been a member for a year now. I'll add 50 for the first giveaway.
Take that off my 50.
No, 300.
No.
That would made it to 300.
Oh my God.
Dorian, hit me in my DM.
Appreciate you, Dorian. I'll see you tonight on Fluent and Chill, buddy.
Thanks for being a real trooper, Dorian.
I missed
97 till infinity said, I feel like Mars got that Andre Miller type game.
Facts. My mid-range jumper, top tier.
Nah, if you run into Dre Miller this time in Vegas, he's stealing on you.
I got a hilarious story with Andre Miller in Vegas from Summer League a couple years ago, but we'll talk about that.
We'll talk about a smooth uppercut.
Time's running low right now. Shout out Dre Miller. Jaden Lai said Mars is Speedy Claxton. King of Jers said, I've got MJ1 and LBJ 1B, but the LBJ hate from Ticket is trash. No way anyone has LBJ anything past third all time. MJ, LeBron, and Kareem. Ticket emotional in 3, 2, 1.
Man, just because everybody don't believe in a nigga that lost 6 NBA finals, bro, that don't make me cap. Nigga so great he lost 6 NBA finals. Nigga hold them L's.
Got swept in 2 of them.
James
and 1 forward in 2 more.
Mm-hmm.
So in
biggest
4
meltdown of
NBA
all time
finals,
in
in
another
4 NBA finals, his record was 2-16. Damn.
And then one of the other ones is the biggest choke job in NBA history.
Oh jeez. Woo.
Now in 3, 2, 1, why don't you hold that L emotional?
Yo, like the video if you haven't already. I just seen a like count. It's not really adding up. It looks a little off to me. Go ahead and hit that button if you haven't hit it. James Goss 123 said, Ron, have you seen Eugene German play? If so, what do you think? I seen him. He's on the Sun Summer League team. Haven't got a chance to see Eugene German. Is anybody up here familiar with him?
No, I don't know that, brother. I'll try to be on the lookout though.
Definitely. I'm gonna check him out. I'm gonna tap in. Ask me like next week or something. I'm gonna do my research. I'm gonna check him out and see about it. Reggie Reg said ticket. Let me hold $20. Couple more members that just joined the Players Choice platform. We got the last Mr. T, Victor Calles, Rodrigo Silva, Marquivian Black, King of Jers, Jay Renrick, Paulo C. Media, 97 Till Infinity, and Daniel all just became members. Y'all are all eligible to, possibly walk away with $50 at the end of this month. Couple more super chats. Let's keep it pushing. Richard Ingram said, if every team's all-time team were to play each other for a season, who wins the finals? Any player in history is eligible and will be in their prime, but available only for the teams that he spent the most years at.
Go ahead, Fluent. Go ahead.
Hey, we about to do that, though.
Oh, I hate them so much.
I missed it. Can you say it again?
Nope, it's too late. It's too late.
No, come on, say it again. Say it again.
If every team's all-time team were to play against each other for a season, who wins the finals? Any player in history is eligible and will be in their prime, but only available for the teams that they spent the most years at.
Is there a question that it's the Lakers? Come on.
It's despicable.
He knows. That's why Bob don't like it. He knows it's true.
Hey, Bob.
What's up?
Is that Fluent behind the bushes taking a shit?
Yo.
My neck and my back.
What?
My back and my neck.
They taking this shit?
I want $150,000.
I ain't gonna tell nobody else.
Fluent, no. Fluent, shout out to Fluent.
Dude, I have that movie memorized, bro. Come on.
Yo, Ticky, I thought you knew already. Ticky, Fluent is at every cookout.
Devin said Mars loves to help his mom vacuum.
Okay. All right.
Check you out, Mars. Marquivian Black said, panel conversation, start bench cut, Ginobili, Jimmy, Jay Murray.
Do I gotta say it every time we have a start bench cut like this? Do I gotta be the one to say it?
I'm taking it in that order.
Manu's playing 48 minutes.
Take it.
I'm starting Murray. I'm benching Ginobili and I'm cutting Jimmy. Because Murray was
Ticket, you do shit like this Murray just so you can say that we hate you. Just so that we can say that we hate you.
Wait, so Jimmy went from a top 5 player in the league to
Can I explain why real quick?
Nah, Ticket, don't
Murray, hold on, Jamal Murray was the second best player on his team that won a chip. Ginobili was the third, and Jimmy never won one.
Ginobili was not the third best player. He was the second best.
He was. Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili.
He was better than Tony
How many
Parker.
rings Manu got, though?
4. And he was better than Tony Parker, so he was the second.
I mean, listen, but Tony Parker got the MVP over him. He could have.
There's other champion. 2005, he was the second best player in the Spurs.
No, I thought Tony Parker just had a better career than Manu.
Yeah, but that's the thing with Jamal Murray. We've only seen him at this point of his career.
Right, and so hold on. And early in his career, hold on, Mars. But here's the thing: early in his career, he doing damage. Right?
I agree. I'm saying Manu Ginobili in his prime was also the second best player in the championship team, though, just like Jamal Murray.
Hey, Sturdy.
That's what I'm saying.
My channel didn't get repoed. I have my channel. In fact, I can unlock my channel if I want. I'm just gonna make sure I get my other channel to 100,000 before I do. So get off my nuts, man. You dudes is clowns over there, bro. You go run behind Lamont somewhere, bro. Run behind your daddy over there somewhere and leave me alone. Stop stalking me. I don't want nothing to do with you. I'm on the Mars time. I don't want nothing to do with you weirdos. Go keep buying subs and keep buying views over there and then trying to clout chase us to get y'all's name out there. Y'all keep doing that. Just leave me out of your stuff. You understand what I'm saying? Because mine's is real. I had to pay for nothing. You know, and I ain't got nobody paying my bills either. I pay my own.
Do you want to address this super chat from Neil? He said, I saw Ticket at the store and he had on skinny jeans.
Whatever.
All right, moving along. Drink More Water said, larger loss, PJ Tucker or Bruce Brown?
Bruce Brown.
Bruce Brown got paid. 22 million. Shout out to Bruce Brown, man.
Let's Debate Basketball said y'all didn't read mine about Porzingis. Let's Debate.
I'll host.
You just might not have been here. I read it. I don't know what to tell you, brother. We got a few more members I'm going to shout out, and then we're going to go ahead and get up out of here. We got Open Gym coming on directly after this. Shout out to Psycho Yamba. Shout out Timothy Owens. And shout out Devontae Bailey. What's up, Ticket? You had something to say on the way out?
It's just, Ace 30 a chump, bro. Like, he came out of nowhere just running his mouth. Like, I don't know who this dude is. I never heard of him. Like, he ain't got no resume, none of that. He just a dude that just been in the comment section supporting PC. Now all of a sudden he want to become a panelist. So what he got to do, he got to come at one of the big dogs. That's how these dudes get on. That's how these scumbags get on. Instead of just being real, chopping it up and saying what's good, they try to take shots at you people. I ain't even know. You know what I'm saying? He don't even know the history of me. Whether you like me or not, I show love to a lot of people. I put a lot of people on in this thing. And so for that dude to be coming at me like he always do, it's clown shit. Because I never really had no beef with this dude. You know what I'm saying? But for him to just keep doing the stuff he doing, it's clownish. You know what I'm saying? Like I can understand if I'm worried about him, but I ain't worried about him or Lamont. They worried about me. They follow me everywhere I go. And so he gonna keep following.
Mars, any comments?
Bob.
I wasn't listening.
What's up, Fluent?
Every time you tell me you want to get with Jeannie Buss, all I can think about is, you know what they say? The older the berry, the sweeter the juice.
Age 30, hold on. Age 30.